Hey, yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. How are we doing today, man? Guys, I am telling you, I'm so happy it's Friday. I need some sleep. I got about like 3 or 4 hours sleep again last night. All my own fault. I can't like blame anybody, but yeah, I'd like to, but I can't. And I'm knackered. Trained at the gym today. Didn't have the best session, if I'm honest. I was a little bit lazy. I just really trained boys today, but yeah, I'm tired, chat. I'm tired, but we don't stop. We've got some stuff to talk about today, actually. We've got some news about a couple of games. We've got some developers coming out and responding to some stuff. And we've got some developers cancelling some events or their appearance at some events, actually, which we're going to talk about also. And then we are going to wrap up the last little story node in chapter 10 and start chapter 11 in Arknights as well, and I am very much looking forward to it. Chapter 10 has been a banger so far. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. I'm biased because I'm British, but I've really enjoyed it. I think it's been really cool. It's been really cool, actually. Had a lot of fun with the mechanics as well. Just an overall W chapter chat. And how is everybody doing today, guys? You having a good day so far? Hopefully your Friday has started well. Guys, quick plug. I did upload a video earlier on as well, if you want to check it out. Doing a little bit of having a little conversation about Enfield. So let me know what you think about that. I do plan to do more Enfield videos as well, running up to the beta, because I want to talk about the game, right? And I want to try and steer the conversation back to maybe, of course, I'm okay with criticism, but you know, a place of excitement, because I'm excited, and you know, I've got to get excited about something, and I'm going to get excited about Enfield until maybe they burn me, and then if they burn me, then yeah, we'll have a Stellosora situation. Speaking of Stellosora, we're going to talk about that in a little while as well. But guys, it is good to see ya. Let me turn this down a little bit as well. Let me get chat up, see what you guys are saying. Yo, Crystal, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Knight, welcome to the stream. Casual, how's it going, buddy? Hello from Maple Country. What's going on, dude? Welcome to the stream. Ends. Yo, Jamie, what's going on? Lorix, welcome to the stream. Minman, hello, hello, hello. Cactus, welcome to the stream. I had an exam yesterday, so I couldn't trim my vector breakthrough medal. So I'm sad. Well, hopefully the exam went well. Hopefully the exam went well. That's the most important thing, right? But welcome to the stream. Zerat, welcome to the stream. Ringo, welcome to the stream. How is everybody doing, guys? If you haven't already, drop a like on the stream. It's very much appreciated. Helps out a lot as well. You know that video that I put up today? You know what's wild? I uploaded that video like twice in a different format. Like, well, I say uploaded that video. I recorded the video multiple times. Like, I don't usually do that unless like I'm talking gibberish or making mistakes, but like it was one of them where like I recorded it a couple of times and I was just like, I don't like how I'm laying this out, because like I do with Enfield, right? I do want to be critical of the things that are potentially problematic, right? But I also the conversations has been really, I don't know, and I suppose I was in some of the takes, I was like, I don't know if I'm being a bit harsh there. I think I might reel that back. I don't want to do that, right? You know, so but yeah, I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I do like I say, I do want to talk about like some theory crafting stuff as well around Enfield. You know, like cool things I'd like to see. Now, will that happen? I don't know. You know, it's all conjecture, right? But that being said, there is specifically, as I said, like that sort of isometric stuff being brought into the game, and potentially some other stuff as well that I think would be really cool to talk about, and I'd love to hear people's opinions on it. So I might make a video talking about that, actually. But yo, Dead End, what's going on, dude? Yeah, the whole space is kind of weird. Yeah, like, you know what the sad thing is? I've seen it in my Discord, actually, and I've seen it on Twitter and in comments of people's videos. People already seem to be fatigued, about talking about Enfield, and like I'm like, man, that's not good. Like, we've just had a really cool live stream, we've got the beta coming up, potential launch hopefully in a few months. This should be where we're all excited to like just talk about the game, right? But I feel like the waters got muddied a little bit by And it's not the criticism of the stream, right? Of course, I want people to be critical and express their opinions. We need that, right? We need that. I think it's just in the framing and the manner that the conversations have gone about from some people. And I've been a bit disappointed by the parroting from some parts of the community, where people are literally parroting other people's opinions as if they are fact. And it's just like, yeah, I think it's I think some people are just like, man, I don't want to talk about this anymore. And I'm like, we've got to steal the conversation back, I think, you know, because we should be excited, right? This is when we should be getting all hyped up about it and theory crafting and talking about the things we might want to see in the game. Whether or not that happens, a different thing, right? But just, you know, genuinely being excited to see what Hypergriff have got to cook for us. And, you know, I think us as CCs as well, you know, we want to create an ecosystem for the game for when it launches. It's a cool place to be, because I for one, like, I'm excited about the game, and I'm going to be making content on it, and I want it to be an exciting, dynamic place. If I'm honest, I don't want it to be I'm going to do it again, right? I don't want it to become the Wooer community in terms of it's always, well, let's, you know, throw shit at something, typically usually Hoyle, when it comes to Wuthering Waves. But, like, you know, and I'm all, like I say, I'm all here for criticism, but I want us to be a little bit more than that, if I'm honest. You know me, I've got to get my Wuthering Waves community shade in there somehow. So there we go. I've got my my numbers in for today. I'm happy. But yeah, guys, I'm knackered today. Just to let you know, like I say, running on about 3 hours sleep. Hit the gym as well today. I've reduced my calories because I'm cutting at the moment. I've been on a bit of a bulk recently. Not exactly a clean bulk either, but I'm cutting now. I'm training hard, and I'm feeling it, man. And obviously, the worst thing you can do anyway is miss sleep. But one of the worst things when you're training is missing sleep, especially when you're cutting. So it's not been a good mix, man. I've got to get on top of it, if I'm honest. How's things anyway, though? Deadhound, welcome to the stream. RTS Hybrid coming back, Winfield. Well, yeah, that's one thing I definitely do want to talk about, because I'd like to see. Do you know what? Somebody commented on my video earlier, and I was like, "Oh, I like that. I want to talk about that actually." They said, because like in my video, you know, I was obviously talking about timers as a whole. You know, tends to restrict typically endgame content. But I'm not averse to timers being in games. I think they have a time and a place, right? They can be good when used sparingly and correctly, rather than just being plastered over every mode of a game, because it's like, well, this is what makes it hard. But somebody said, what if, you know, the new environments they introduced, and they said that we'll be able to go into these areas to like kind of dungeon crawl to get materials to bring back. It was like, what if that was like a timed mode, and it was almost a little bit like an extraction kind of thing, where you went in, you had a set time to get gear and get out. And I was like, now a lot of people might hate this, they might, right? But as a fan of extraction shooters, I was like, ooh, I really, really like the idea of that. I'm not gonna lie, I like the idea of going in and like beating up on some trash mobs, getting to like, you know, elite monsters or enemies, and maybe fighting a sub boss or two to get some gear, and then like getting out with all the loot, the booty. I was like, ooh, that would be kind of fire actually. I don't know how you guys would think about that, but when they said that, I was like, ooh, I'm stealing that idea. I am stealing that idea, and now it's my idea. I came up with that idea. Okay, nobody else did. So if anybody asks, it's my idea. I'll definitely come up with it. I think it's terrible for Enfield with there being a drama of a subset of the community that should be hyped for it. Yeah, I don't think it, because you know what I've seen? I've seen like creators and other communities. I'm looking at the Enfield community at the minute, thinking it's like the next the Neo Genshin community or something like that. And it's like, we don't want that really, do we? The fact is, is, oh yeah, for sure. That's going to be something I think like will forever be a part of Enfield, right? It's just when the game's out, right? We have evidence to be able to talk on things and be like, well, this is actively not great, right? This is affecting something in the game, but like we, you know, people are acting like they know that now, aren't they? I know the solution to your problem, Pixar, be at. Oh, dude, honestly, Rosie messaged me earlier. I was like, do you want to do something tonight? And I was like, ooh, I don't know. Would it include a bar? You know, with some draft beer. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Well, I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted to go to the pub or something. Love me some taco. Hey, let's go. Do you like extraction games then, Dead? If I like extraction shoot S thing, I don't like, but I do like the has promised, like being able to make. Well, yeah, like I don't necessarily mean like, you know, you die or you know, like literally an extraction shooter, but I mean more like a gear mission and having some parameters around. You've got a set time. We need you to get in, do these objectives, and get out. Rather than you've got a really HP inflated enemy to kill in like 4 minutes. It's like, hey, you've got 10 minutes. You've got to maybe even having little missions like collect so many of this and you get some extra stuff and kill 5 of these guys when you're in there. So it's like, you know, little missions to do when you're going on. I think that could be really cool actually. And it could have a lot of replayability because the missions could be changed and enemies could be swapped all the time, couldn't they? But yeah, something like that as well, Crystal. Yeah, I agree. As long as the amount of important stuff you get isn't too tied to your account progression, that sounds fire. Yeah, I think it would have to be like, you know, yeah, if it was too cool, then yeah, I get what you're saying. Maybe even a Dynasty Warrior type game mode where a bunch of mob spawns and you speed run to kill several specific mobs. Yeah, I agree, yeah. But you see, this is what I love. This is why I want to talk about the game, right? Because we might not see any of this, but like for me, it's exciting to talk. This is what I love about video games. I love talking to other gamers about video games, right? Because throughout my life, most of my real life friends have never really been gamers, and Rosie dabbles, but we know we don't. So like when I'm chatting on YouTube and in you know, whatever format it might be, talking to gamers, that's like, it's like, you know, that's why I enjoy playing multiplayer games. I used to love sitting in multiplayer games, talking with online friends about video games. I'll get a buzz off it, I do. Lump to Death got 1,000 hours on talk. I'm not playing extraction shooters. Now, oh, nice, it's gone. Did you, oh, I forgot what it's called now. Oh, fuck. What was the one that was like, wow? I forgot the name of it. I was playing that recently as well. So, I won't call it an extraction shooter. It was an extraction slasher? Magica? I don't know what you call it. Well, it was kind of cool. Yo, Rosandra, what's going on, dude? Welcome to the stream. Actually, just in general, even for the soaring inflation mission, could be really cool if you might infiltrate. Yes. Just make it alright. What's going on, Easy? Welcome to the stream. The thing that doesn't mesh well is that extraction shooters are easy opponents you cannot kill. Yeah, well, again, when I like say extraction, it's not gonna be Tarkov, right? You're not gonna be like dodging other players and stuff like that, and getting into combat with other players and stealing their loot so much. It'd be more of a PvE. I guess the way you describe it is like, you know, just a looter gathering kind of mission. You've got a set amount of time, you know, and there's little bonuses here and there. I think that would just be a cool way to incorporate a timer if we was gonna have a timer. And obviously, I honestly, if there was the odd mode here and there that's got timers, I'm okay with it. Honestly, I'm okay with it. Like, and I feel like most gacha games kind of have to have them to some degree. They've got to give you a stat stick to beat you with, right? And I think I'd rather that than just like, actually, I don't know. Depends. But yeah. But yeah, I agree. But you know what? You know, when you're just saying that about other players there, as somebody who inherently enjoys PvP, it wouldn't work in a gacha game, but I'm just like, maybe he wasn't directly fighting other people, but like, I don't know, maybe there was like a rush to get, there's like special gear that you could get and there was a rush to get it, but then I don't know, maybe that get frustrating for the people who had really powerful kits. I don't know. I love RA in Enfields. I need to play RA, actually. I do. Yo, Monster, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. You can't kill the mobs, only stun them and hide. That could be interesting. I would like something like that, that twists the gameplay, right? Because somebody left a comment on my video as well, and I think it's a valid point, and this is something I've thought about, and I'm sure you've all thought about, right, is that when it comes to gacha games, right, a lot of the time, the gameplay itself really doesn't change too much. Usually the way they advance the gameplay is, here's a new character that plays differently, but then you build that character up and you do the same things that you was doing with all your other characters. You know what I mean? Which obviously is inherently kind of what gacha games do. But it would be, because like the Arknights do a really good job at that, don't they? The new events, and obviously this is something that I think is specifically tied to Arknights because of the core gameplay design. I was thinking, I was like, yeah, we do need an evolution in the game, don't we? Right? Because this is where I think I can understand where Wuthering Waves are going when they were like, right, let's go with the negative status. They didn't apply it very well. It wasn't injected into the game in a very good way, in my opinion. But I like the idea that they were like, okay, almost like, and it has to be really balanced because you can potentially make older units completely useless. But I like the idea of trying to have like a 1.0 version of the game, a 2.0, a 3.0, and not just in units, but in the way the game plays. Do you know what I mean? How you interact with the game, so it feels like you've got an evolving game, rather than just being like, oh, we threw in a new event here and there. The game feels like it's changing, if that makes sense. Yo, Blue Eyes, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Paradigm, how's it going? Welcome to the stream as well. Excuse me. Just making so people can help you indirectly. Yeah, I'll be cool with that as well, Crystal. Yeah, little co-op kind of thing would be kind of cool. Yeah. That actually be dope. Hybrid does something better than all the other gachas I've seen, and it's the medal system. It's like achievement hunting, but better. And I think if they want to add timers, have rewards to be medals. Yeah, I'll be fine with that actually. Yeah. Yeah, I like the idea of the setting up constructibles because we're having that shared world thing that could be brought over into other parts of the game, couldn't it? To actually leave like breadcrumbs to help other players, almost in a sense. You can randomly run across a constructible. You can use that another person made. Yeah, I like that. I like that, Crystal, actually. Yeah, I like that. Yo, what's going on, Thundercat? Welcome to the stream. Do you think that had a support system in Enfield to borrow units for some game modes? I wouldn't be surprised if they did, actually. I'd be totally cool with that happening. Because it's, again, as I say, us expecting like one-to-one conversions of a lot of the systems in Arknights is, as I said in the video, it's unpractical, right? It's potentially impossible for some stuff, right? Because the game is just, it's just a different genre. But things like that, support units, you know, like I was saying, a more general conversation about choice and timers. You know, there's specific things in the game's design that you could be like, oh, we can bring that over, because that's not tied to the game being an RTS tower defense game, right? That can exist in any game in a sense. Where obviously there's certain things it's like, no matter how you try to pull it from Arknights, it's like it's just not going to work because the games are inherently different games, right? Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Virgil? Welcome to the stream. I like that Arknights never went with the 1x, 2x, 3x model, since it's so meaningless. A 2.0 version usually means a game should have a major feature added, which they don't. Exactly, right. Usually, with games, with a lot of gacha games now that are starting to follow the Genshin model, it typically usually means a new region, doesn't it? Which really doesn't add that much. Usually, like, well, and I suppose now we're looking, like, you know, we're looking to a smaller pool of something like Wuwa and Genshin. Is there might be some exploration changes or additions, or in some other games that might throw in a new enemy mechanic that you have to get around, but it really doesn't change much. I agree with that actually as well, Rasanju. I think evolution in the gameplay is would be a big benefiting factor. Yeah. Minecraft never went out to 1x. I think they should also avoid making endgame reward ball currency like they do in AK. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, honestly, I suppose I honestly don't mind missing out on a pull or two here in a game if the content's just difficult, right? But I get people not wanting that, right? And I think it probably is only a beneficial thing to have it not like that, and then just have other things maybe locked behind the super difficult content, you know what I mean? Materials, etc. Yeah, that's a fair statement as well. It only works if Enfield has an Annihilation equivalent where you can farm pulls for free. Who knows? Like, when we're talking about that, like, dungeon mode that they were on about, that could be their version of something like Annihilation, couldn't it? You know what I mean? So I would imagine there's going to be some plays, you know, some some parts of Enfield's modes that are heavily inspired by a more action-orientated version of something that they had in Arknights. I wouldn't be surprised by that either. Akamaru, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Yo, Neo, what's going on, dude? Hello, hello, hello. If the system at least has enforced minimum engagements, then I would be fine with the system they develop currently. Who's to say they won't add skip ticket to the weekly pool farm? Well, exactly, yeah. There's like, obviously, there's a lot of things we just don't know, do we? But this is why I say I love having these conversations. Talking about what may be, rather than, well, I know this is what's going to be, because I am a higher being, and I've seen this all before, guys. But, you know, like I said, the reason I was speaking about the time stuff today, because I think we've got evidence, haven't we, what happens with timers for the most part. That's why I wanted to talk about that. But, yeah, I do want to have these conversations, like, really talking about, just ideas and exciting. I'm excited, man. I'm excited about the game, guys. Let me get the stream started as well. Like, I'm genuinely just excited about the game, so I just want to chat about it, you know what I mean? I'd have been here earlier, but I had to get my morning doom scrolling out of the way. No worries, dude. We ain't excited anyway. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's the fact that you're not worrying about the endgame reset. Yeah. And again, I think a lot of that endgame reset, like, is made worse, like I say, by the fact that a lot of it is all time to timers, so it all just becomes a time thing. There's a timer in the mode, and then that's attached to a timer in the fact that it resets, which I don't mind the resets so much, like seasonal resets, because like I say, coming from playing a lot of multiplayer games, I'm used to like seasonal resets, you know, wipes, all that sort of stuff. But at the same time, you know, when you layer that in where the difficulty is all just about a timer, it's like, I'll get ya. It gets fatiguing, man. You know, it gets dry rather quickly, if you ask me. But yeah, guys, got a couple of things to talk about today. Yoastar are back in the news, which we're going to speak about. We're also going to talk about Hoyo and their new game, which I told ya they was coming with a new game. Nobody believed me. We've seen 3 now, right? Petite Planet, Anime Nexa, and then this one, right? I believe we've still got 2 more to come, because if I remember correctly, it was 5 they were developing. So they are going all out at the minute. It looks like that's where a lot of their funds have been going, is the next wave of games to be developed, right? So we'll have a look at that as well. We're going to talk about some Chaos Zero Nightmare stuff as well, because we've got some news from the developers there. Also, guys, what is that game? Sword of Justice drops today, right, as well. I don't know how good it is. I think that's an MMO, right? And then we've got Where the Winds Meet on the 14th, which I think I'm actually going to play that game. It looks kind of cool. It looks like they're introducing some actually cool things to that as well. Which yeah, I want to try that out. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. So yeah, we've got some stuff to check out over the coming weeks. Also, guys, on the run up to the beta. Also, they should just remove dailies and make gacha currency farmable in the factory. So well, that's where if literally they remove dailies from that and it goes to the factory, that's where then I will start to agree there could become a problem with blueprints, because if you are having your gacha pools tied to that, you are just going to get the most efficient, quickest factory up, and you're gonna disengage it purely because of that, right? I don't know if I'd attach gacha around that, unless maybe to encourage people to build themselves, you could get some extra pulls through your own built factory. I think that could be a good thing. Again, I have got no qualms with the blueprints themselves from what we know. But I think once you start tying pull currency into it, I think there is definitely a good argument to make that most people would maybe like, you know, just copy other people's then, wouldn't they? Because at the end of the day, of course, options for the base building, I think, is paramount. You want to give people options. You also want to try and encourage people to engage with parts of the game, don't you? You don't want to discourage them, because I think doing that, you might potentially do that then, hadn't you? But we'll see. I'm not saying like that's a no-go. I think however it was implemented would be the big factor. Demonstrate everything. I'm rather excited about things. I feel there might be some hope for logical, sane people. When do you make your video? When you do make your video, I'll preempt you a question. Should the game require a minimum skill in factory to progress? Because a player will need a minimum to engage with the really cool stuff. I think there is definitely some onus on Hypergriff to get people to engage with the factory. I do. I don't know how they do it, but I do feel like they should attempt to do that. Like, you know, and I don't think blueprints are going to make people just turn off from it. But my thing is, people who aren't going to want to engage with that at all probably just wouldn't play the game. So giving them options is going to bring them in. But I don't know. Again, I think it's incumbent upon the developers to make people want to try things, and that's on however they do it. You know, that's for smarter people than me. You know, I'm one of those gamers. I'm very good at calling out problems. I'm not so good at solutions, but yeah, there's got to be something. There's got to be a hook. There's definitely got to be a hook. Yo, Anticast, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Milnar, welcome. Rexant gone from we work for 2 months because he plays Where Wins Me. No wonder I haven't seen him. I was going to say, I saw him tweeting about that. Dude, to be fair, everybody's gone from Wuthering Waves at the moment. There's nothing to do in the fucking game, is there? I ain't played the game for a while, but from what I've seen, there ain't shit to do in Wuthering Waves at the moment. If you don't have blueprints, people just copy YouTube step by step, so it doesn't matter. Well, the thing is that you still... I do agree with what Tolbrew said in that regard. You are kind of encouraged to agree with it, because you're actually still having to go through the action of doing it right. Where with a blueprint, you skip it, which I'm cool with, but I think if then you tie rewards to it, you know, I think, because I would, if I know I need a few extra pulls and I'm like, fuck, my base just isn't cutting it, copy, you know, even if I don't want to necessarily do it, I could go down the route of a guide, but, you know, but like I say, I've got no issues with blueprints. I've got no issues with blueprints at all. It's more just, I think, once you start tying currency to it, then I think you are going to encourage people, but you know, because like, if you know you've got a grinding part of a game, you can avoid it and get pulls out of it, you probably are going to avoid it, right? It's then on the developers to encourage you not to avoid it. If they are going to add those pulls, they've really got to encourage you to do that, haven't they? I'd argue the friction of having to copy YouTubers will convert some of them to just do it themselves. I think so. Well, I think as well, by going through copying somebody, I think there would be the fact that maybe as well, people would maybe find some enjoyment out of it, right? Again, this is why I say I think it's really incumbent on Hypergriff to build a system that isn't just for the base building enthusiasts, for the other people as well who might start doing it and be like, actually, I kind of like this. I kind of like this. It's kind of fun, right? You know? I think players already will have some skill in factory because no players will be able to entirely copy a factory without first getting the material. Oh yeah, you're going to have to do that initial bit, aren't you? Because you're going to need the materials, aren't you? You know, and like I say, I am all for Hypergriff attempting to, because like, at the end of the day, I'm not one of those players that's against trying to appeal to everybody, as long as it's just a good game at the end of the day. You know, so like, again, for me, blueprint system, I think is it's definitely been overblown a little bit. But there's so much more to the game, isn't there? There's so much more to the game, you know? Not a big deal to you? Yeah, I think most people feel the same, Apollo, if I'm honest. Still can't believe Pig said he quit we were in today's video. And dude, I was contemplating making a video about it, yeah, but then I was like, I think most people hate those videos. Why I quit Genshin, why I quit Star Rail. Because usually it's people who are fans of that game coming in to be like, we don't care, bro. You know? So I was like, you know, I'll do a soft announcement, you know, an unofficial announcement. But yeah. But yeah, alright then. Let's move on from that. Because end of the day, we just gotta wait. On the blueprint thing, we've gotta wait to see how everything works. I think we've all said the arguments. I think all of the arguments that potentially can be made, right? I think that is one that we don't know how it's going to be interjected into the game and how the whole system's going to work together and all these moving parts. That's one that I think that's a wait and see, right? I think that's definitely a wait and see. You know, there's definitely other things that we can look at and go, wait a minute. Well, we can look at other games here and say, well, this is definitely a thing. We haven't really seen, obviously we've seen factory games. We haven't really seen a gacha game do what Enfield's doing. So we're kind of we're treading new ground, right? So we honestly do have to wait and see what's going down. You know what I mean? What's going down? I dare you to do a parody where I quit my modest teeth. I think at that point, not encouraging players to engage with something by baiting them with balls will fix the problem. I think at that point, not encouraging players to engage with something by baiting them with balls will fix the problem. Wait a minute, I don't know what you mean. You quit jerking off already, so mate, quit, you know, just bastard, you dagger. Fucking adjusting the titles in my shit. He's done that with tweets and everything, you know, little fucker. You should have a video where I quit Enfield after the beta ends. Right? Guys, I think we need to talk about the elephant in the room. Why I decided to quit Arknights Enfield. Well, it's because the beta's over, actually, and I've got to wait till the game comes out. Complaints about game modes end game only really happen because Bulls are behind completing those game modes. It's probably a fair point overall, I would say. For me, that's not the case. I honestly, if a part of a game's too difficult and I miss out on a couple of pulls, because that's usually all it is usually. And I suppose that I don't mind spending very lightly in games now and again. I don't feel that. If I can't clear something in a game, I'm just like, man, I've either got to invest the time to get good, or if I don't care enough, I obviously don't care that much about the game anyway. You know? So for me, usually my issues with endgaming content in games, it's usually that it's just not engaging when I have issues with it. But I think that's a fair point. I think I don't represent everybody right. And there is people, you know, when they can't clear something and a pool's attached to it, it's definitely, that's a problem for them, right? I agree with that. See, this is how you are, sir. Get me into a new game, then immediately and unceremoniously abandon it and leave my ass in the breeze. I'm sorry. If they give me something to come back to, bro, maybe when they go to the new federation, right, I'll be like, shit, I've got to get back on Wiwa, right? But this patch has made me think, fuck, I'm glad I didn't. You know, even Wiwa CC's in playing CC at Wiwa at the moment. I'm not gonna lie, the thing that irks me the most is people dismissing the BP Woody Boy saying Enfield is single player and how beats play don't affect others if the game isn't always online live service. Yeah, I was gonna say, look, again, I don't think we should be dismissing other people's opinions, because end of the day, everybody has got an opinion and we don't know what's gonna happen, and we should be listening as much as possible to everybody, because that's what creates good conversation around the game. I think my issue with some of those conversations is people are stating, well, because of this now, this is what's going to happen. And we just don't know, because they might have a bunch of, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, safeguarding options to stop the things that we think are going to happen that might be baked into the game on launch. We just don't know, do we? And I understand, though, that the worry comes from a place that I get. I think the problem is like, I've seen it everywhere, not everywhere, like people going around and they're like, well, this is what's going to happen. And it's like, you just don't know though, do you? You just don't know. And I think then that's caused like this, like kind of butting of heads kind of thing. Yeah, agree, Akamaro, agree. I quit Enfield Beta, this new game, Enfield is just so much better. Enfield Beta, EOS so soon, it can't compete, do it. I'm thinking more in the mindset of someone who plays gaches and want to get it. Yeah, no. I agree, Kai. You like to say, just because I'll think away doesn't mean other people don't. That's why I think sometimes you have to understand that when we're talking about games, right? Which I know most of us attempt to do, but sometimes we look at our own perception, don't we? And we're like, well, I don't see that. That doesn't mean other people don't see it, does it? That's the beauty of having these conversations online, right? Without any hidden agendas, because we can all voice our opinions and be like, actually, I don't agree. And as I say, sometimes people can post stuff to you where you're like, actually, ooh, you got me thinking now, you know, bro. I don't know what to think now. That's why I like having these conversations. That's why I like putting my thoughts out there sometimes. Sometimes it might backfire and you get roasted, right? Happens. But I also like to do it sometimes because I learn stuff from making content sometimes. I'm like, okay, hi, it seems like I'm on my own with this one, you know? And then even sometimes I've changed my mind because of comments in my videos and stuff, and I mean that's good, right? You completely get it. My issue with endgame is RNG gearing. My name is come from Low Light Monster Art, which originally named is Monster. RNG gearing is really just padding made by developers because their actual endgame is easily completed in less than 30 minutes. Again, this is what I say, like in my previous video about relying on timers. It really kind of can affect the game in a large way because it literally all becomes then about hyper focusing stats, substats, the gear, signature weapons, the team, doing the most efficient thing, not the best thing, the most efficient thing to just do things in a certain amount of time, right? And you lose a lot of agency in the game then, don't you? Oh, Borbix, you can be right and we will still roast you. True. Battle Pass, whatever is bad or good, depends on how fast you complete it and how much it costs. Well, again, yeah, I think a big factor as well, what we need to look at with that pass is how far into the pass until you kind of, it pays for itself as well again, you know, because some passes do that a little bit better than others, you know, same way like passes that don't necessarily pay for themselves do it, you know, like some of them will usually have it so at around, let's say there's 100 tiers, at around 60 all the good stuff ends, and then it's usually just currency with maybe a nice little extra on at the end. So if you only get 60% of the way, you've got most of the stuff in terms of like currency or pulls or whatever it might be, depending on the game you're playing, you know. So that'll depend as well, like when does the battle pass pay for itself? Is it tier 50, tier 100, whatever's the last tier, or is it 2/3 of the way in, 50%, you know? Don't forget to roast streamer, guys. Don't worry, they don't, especially in Discord. But yeah. Alright then, let's talk about it then, guys. Let's talk about some video games out here, shall we? Because we've got some stuff to talk about, chat. We've got some stuff to talk about here. Let me switch scenes a second. Yo, Skybird! What's up, dude? My camera's a bit lower than usual, is he? Where's chat as well? Oh, wrong one. There we go. There we go. Oi. I got the sniffles today, guys. Allergies, man. Sneezing again like a motherfucker. So, apologies. Plus, I'm knackered, so... yeah. I won't be 100% today. Alright, let's turn that off, actually. Alright. I've got some stuff translated here as well. For the Genshin stuff. We've got some stuff about Chaos Zero Nightmare. We've got some MiHoYo stuff. And we've got some stuff from Celestora as well, which we're going to talk about today, guys. Because, yeah. We've got a few developers letting us know about some... So I saw that, yeah. When is it? Now? It's like November or something. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm excited about GTA 6, right? I play GTA 5 so much. Like, I gained, like, 50% of the subscribers on this channel through GTA, right? Like, I would have half the subscribers I've got if it wasn't for GTA. Like, I think I gained, like, nearly 10,000 subs in a couple of months playing GTA. It was insane, right? I love GTA 5, and I'm really looking forward to GTA 6, but a bit of my excitement's lacking because it's fucking not coming to PC again, and it's probably going to be a year till it comes to PC, and I'm like, do I really want to buy a PlayStation 5 just to play it? I don't know if I do. Do you know what I mean? Because, like, I know the PS5 Pro isn't much more beefy than the PS5. I'm like, do I really want to be running it on the PS5? Because Rockstar are good developers. I feel like that's a game that will probably do a real good job of taking advantage of that little bit of extra juices in the PS5. And I'm like, I really don't want to, man. But I really want to play the game. You know what I mean? But the idea of having to wait a year to play GTA on PC, I'm like, I don't know. It's like, there hasn't been a single game yet that's come to PlayStation 5 and I'm like, I have to have a PlayStation 5. It's like, I've had every single PlayStation console since day dot. This is the first console that I haven't bought. Yeah, man. I don't know. But I do want to get it. Black Beacon's fumbles need to be studied generational even for a normal game. Yeah, it's wild, innit, dude? Wild. I remember making a post on the Enfield subreddit about an endgame akin to Abyss where the timer is optional and you could choose what your completion requirements are. Pick up the controller, little bro. Yo, Dr. P, what up, bro? 2 more years from now until you can play it on PC. Right, bro. Rough. You know what I mean? We're getting close to 2030, man. You know what I mean? Christ, who knows if World War III ain't started by then? People saw that, yeah, well, there's a lot of that about, isn't there? Like, you know, people lack the ability to look at nuance. They see something and then they're just like, whoa, fuck that. I saw one word in that sentence, I'm ignoring the rest of it. Am I going to pull for, what, in CZN? I wish Twitch would be better at blocking the fucking things. That's all. Like, literally, Twitch for me, right, is just for video downloading. Because, like, nobody, like, I used to, when I, you know what's weird? When I stream Genshin, I used to get, like, about 70, 80 people watching on Twitch. But, like, Twitch for me now is literally just so I can rip videos quickly to upload. It's just so much better than YouTube. Because other than that, if YouTube had an option like that, I would scrap Twitch. I'd scrap streaming to Twitch because it fucking sucks. Like it does, honestly. I need to look at the have they got any like kit details and stuff? Have they, bro? Crystal. No, I didn't hear that. Yeah, I am. Let's talk about this one then, guys. All right. Let's talk about this one. Okay. Sorry if I'm sniffling as well. I've got a little bit of allergies at the moment. It's everybody's favorite gacha, which I've got to say, right, I actually like Celisora. I've started playing it a bit more regularly again. I just completed the entirety of the new event. It's fun, but there's really not much to it, and they do the age-old thing of staggering the access to the stages, which I never really enjoyed because what it is them saying is we want retention, but we don't have a massive amount of content here, so we're going to stall your access to stages. But it's pretty straightforward, standard stuff, right? But I actually quite like the gameplay of Stellasaura. Made a couple of videos on the launch, obviously, about the elephant in the room, which is the gacha. And once again, Yosar have responded, and that big-ass elephant is just getting ignored. They're sliding past it, right? They don't care about the elephant, because even after playing more of the game now, I still do think there's an imbalance in the economy in regards to how many pulls you get in game. And I have got a terrible look in the gacha, right? It's just, it feels like it's taking me ages to get characters. That being said, I did get Shia, and this is going to talk about Shia actually because she's fucking broken. She's actually broken, and there's some tech you can do with like holding a dodge. Like I think I think it stops interrupting. It stops the dodge interrupting your basics. So like you can stack damage like really like high apparently. Basically, a 0 copy Shia is like better than a fully duped Chitose, which is kind of crazy because she's actually kind of powerful as well. So there's a little bit of a worry about that, right? But apparently they're not going to be adjusting the game around her, but she's just going to end up probably being like meta for ages. So I guess if you want to be part of the meta, probably try and get Shia right away. Not saying spend money on this game though, because it's fucking expensive. But anyway, let's look at this post from Yosar then, Celisora. Dear Tyrant, we would like to take this opportunity to explain the existing issues currently present in the game. We're not going to talk about the gacha though, as well as our future improvement plans. We sincerely apologise for any concern and inconvenience this has caused. Please view the images for details. To show our appreciation, we've sent you 10 Cerulean tickets in via game. Is that the standard ones now? I can't remember if that's standard pulls or limited pulls. I can't remember. I think it is the limited, right? Okay, so current game issues and planned improvements. So thank you for your continued support to Celisora. It's been nearly 3 weeks since the official launch, and during this time, we've received lots of feedback. We've decided to ignore one crucial part of that feedback, though, which I think it's safe to say now. We might get more pulls just through events now. The in-game economy is not getting adjusted. Prices are not getting adjusted. Maybe we'll get some better packs in the future. Who knows, right? And suggestions from players. We truly appreciate everyone's enthusiasm for the game and want to express our heartfelt gratitude. Recently, players have raised concerns about unclear descriptions, a lack of user-friendly features, and game balance issues. We sincerely apologise for any negative impact these may have had on your gaming experience. We'd like to take this opportunity to address these issues and share our plans for future improvements. All right, then, let's have a look then. So, regarding the use of cheats and other third-party tools, since the game's official launch, many players have reported abnormal scores in the Boss Blitz rankings and expressed concerns about future game modes. Please be assured that we regularly remove suspicious records from the rankings and ban any accounts that use cheats or third-party tools. We will also closely monitor upcoming game modes to uphold fair play. If you notice any player using third-party tools that undermine the game's fairness, please report it using in-game support or by contacting us at, and then a link. That's kind of like the same situation that happens with Blue Archive, right? They pretty much have to do that every single month. They have to purge a bunch of accounts and the leaderboard, right? Because the leaderboards are always infested with people who are obviously doing something, whether it's glitches or using cheats, summit, right? You know, it's a regular thing. So, regarding the issue of boss enemies' resilience break status, we have identified an issue where certain boss enemies do not properly enter resilience break status after receiving damage. We have confirmed this problem internally, and a fix is currently in progress due to ongoing events like Boss Blitz, which feature rankings. We plan to implement the fix before the start of the new Boss Blitz event in December to ensure fairness for all players. Regarding unclear descriptions in Ascension game mode, thanks to feedback, we have realised that some descriptions in Monolith researchers as potential boost and Radiant Miracle don't accurately reflect the in-game system. Look, this is a regular thing with gacha games, right? Localization issues, grammar issues, spelling mistakes. I get it, right? But it's not the end of the world. It's usually things that get fixed. Well, not all the time. Some games still have issues like that years later, but it's a common occurrence, right? I think localization is definitely an issue with quite a few gacha games, actually. Specifically, they currently leave out the maximum number of times their effects can be activated. We apologise for not addressing this sooner. For any confusion it may have caused, in the future update, we'll add the missing details and make further improvements to related descriptions. You'll be able to check the updated information in the Monolith research to better plan your Ascension progress. Ascension is a core part of Celasaura's gameplay, and we'll continue to listen to your feedback and keep improving your experience. Regarding Shia's mechanics, as I say, as I'm aware, I think it's like you can hold the dodge, and then I think you do something like hold, dodge, and release. So basically, your basic attack just keeps on going, and I think it like your damage just starts to stack to ridiculous amounts using Shia, and it wasn't intended, obviously. I don't think they're going to change it, because obviously once you start messing around with characters' kits after the release, it can start to cause issues, can't it? So let's have a look at this then. We've received a lot of questions about Shia's mechanics. In some cases, having Shia as your main tracker can result in damage outcomes that exceed our original intentions. We're glad to see players actively sharing builds and discussing strategies. After careful consideration, our team has decided not to make any adjustments to Shia's mechanics or stats. We truly appreciate the effort players put into finding optimal builds and team comps. Your discovery shows dedication, creativity, and a real passion for the game. Also, we'd like to clarify that the phenomena in question occur only under the current game environment and specific combat conditions and may not be consistently reproduced in future content. Okay then, so they're basically saying it could potentially phased out by certain specific instances that you're encountering. Okay. Looking ahead, the difficulty of upcoming gameplay modes will not be tuned around Shia's current capabilities, which is good to hear, right? That is good to hear, because that's them saying basically, we've power crept the fuck out of everybody with this character, and we didn't mean to. So we're not going to make the game relate to that, because at the end of the day, a character that's super powerful, right? They're not truly super powerful if the game doesn't reflect their damage scaling, if that makes sense. The game doesn't grow with them, and you can still do everything else with everybody else, then you're just able to do it a little bit easier with that character, right? So that's good to hear that they're not going to do that, because then you get into an issue of the content matches the character, and you have to make new characters that match the content, and then you just get into a rapid slide then. This is the first banner after launch, right? So we definitely don't want to be doing it that quick. It's one thing after a year or two, but within the first 3 weeks, it's a problem, right? So we sincerely apologise for any confusion or concern this issue may have caused. It has shown us areas where we can improve. Moving forward, we will continue to listen to your feedback, refine game systems and features, and deliver high-quality content to ensure a better overall experience. So all this says, if you've got Shia at the moment, you're gravy for at least a little bit, right? Because, as I say, she seems like she's about equivalent to a full duped Chitose, or Chitose, however you say her name, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. That's like a massive jump, right? Especially with how expensive this game is. If you're thinking about meta, just get her, right? Even against weaknesses and stuff, she's cracked. She's actually cracked. So we'll have to see like how they handle it going forward, right? And we're gonna have a bunch of characters chase her, and then after that they go, actually, rug pull. Now we're going to increase the game. Yeah, we'll have to see, right? But I suppose it's probably all they can do is to say, look, we fucked up. We're not going to change her, and we're not going to make the game adapt to her. But yeah, we'll have to see what the new roster looks like and then what happens with the game. Because if the new roster chases her, the game's going to adapt, isn't it? Regarding the design of limited time event, following the release of the first limited time event, Daring Adventure, the Ghost Ship Haunts the Deep, we received numerous feedback from players regarding the event's reward design and the stage unlocking methods in the current version. The pacing of stage unlocks and the way features rewards are distributed was not clear, which affected the overall event experience. See, for me, it wasn't so much that it wasn't clear. I don't like events that really are quite anorexic, and then the way they make it look like it's bigger is through just like stalling the stages over days. Like you can't come back until 19 hours, which I know a lot of games do it, but like there's not much there. It's a fine event, right? I think post-launch we probably should have got something a little bit more grand, right? I think probably a little bit more grand, but it's not the worst thing in the world for me personally, because this is one of those games where I just hop in, I have a little bit of fun usually before I go to bed, and then I bounce. Like it's not the game that I'm going to be playing all day long, right? This game is actually genuinely fun in my opinion. Which affected the overall event experience. Our team has discussed this internally and is planning to implement adjustments to prevent similar issues in the future events. That's good to hear. We've also received feedback requesting more event content, and rest assured improvements are currently underway. That's good to hear then. As I say, this was a bit of a skeleton event, right? Not unfun, as I say. I didn't mind it, you know. It's a fine little event, but that's exactly all it is, a little event really, which, you know. Regarding other future optimizations, moreover, we continue to monitor user experience, blah, 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 blah. Improvements for PC. Beyond that, we're actively working on new few features in and out the game. In-game toolbox, tracker development calculator to further improve your experience. All good. To be fair, the game runs fine for me. I've had no issues. The only issue I do get is that there is definitely some frame pacing issues. I don't know if it's a frame drop, because it doesn't necessarily feel like the frames are tanking. The pacing, like frame pacing, I don't know if it just locks back down to a lower FPS when you engage Shear's ult. The frame rate, definitely something's going on there. And I'm on a 4090, right? That shouldn't be happening. So that needs tweaking. But other than that, the game runs fine for me. So in addition, issues mentioned above, feedback, improve the game, yeah, blah 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 blah. And yeah, we're getting free 10 limited pulls, which hey, I'll take it, right? It's fucking kind of hard to get pulls in this game, really. So yeah, even when you're spamming through like the infinite you do a bunch of stages and you come out and you're like, fuck, you know. it feels tight, man. I still think. I know some people disagree with me on that, who may be playing it more, maybe, but compared to all the games in the honeymoon phase, I still think the economy is pretty tight. But yeah, there we go. Ignoring the one thing that a lot of people have been asking for, which people asking for gacha fixes, address me, still people asking about the gacha and the monetization, which is to be expected, which I don't think is going to happen now. But if they can give us good rewards through events every single patch that can make up for the lack of in-game economy and the pulls being expensive, I can get with that. I can get with that, right? I can get with that. I think overall that'll balance things out with the game. But because I do want this game to be good, honestly. I know I've made videos on it, and I know we joke around saying fuck Yosar. Stellasaur is a nice little game. Honestly, it's a nice little game, and it was a game I was incredibly excited about. But yeah, there you go. Yosar have tweeted that out and are discussing how things are going to go in the future and what they're planning to do in the short term as well. So yeah, 600 gems, that's a whole 2 pools. Right? Yo, Renegade, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Just finished Vector Breakthrough. It's AIDS. Yeah, I've only got to stage 3. And I've pretty much cleared it. I've just got to adjust some positioning. Like, I kept just leaking at the last second. Like, but I've got it locked in, really. I need to clear that. But people are saying I ain't going to get past stage 4, which I honestly, I'm not even like, nah, I've got this, because Vector Breakthrough is fucking actually kind of crazy. I really like it. And there's part of me is like, man, I wish I was E2 and stuff. But like, it's definitely difficult. That's for sure. We should be bitching about Arknights events because all this time we're getting a free tickets in the shop. I'd rather see increased dailies than rely on devs handing out freebies as event. Well, I would as well. But if I have to take one, give me that. Like, rather than nothing, right? But I agree. I would just like to see the economy just... I'm not even saying, like, pools go to 150 now. Just give me a few extra. Right? Just give me a few extra. It still fit, like, say... Again, I haven't been bashing the game hard. Like, I'll play for, like... I don't know, let's say I'll play for an hour or so, an hour or two. And then I'll look and I'm like, bro, I really don't feel like I've been rewarded for that in regards to pools. But, you know, it's obviously one of those games that, you know, he either wants you to put some time in or pick and choose or pay. Well, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. I think they will try everything they can first before they try to gacha monetization. Yeah, I honestly, even if they don't change the prices, I think it could be tweaked with in-game order flows, if you will. We'll say that, right? But again, I agree. I think you're right. I think they'll rather try and inject pools through events and stuff like that, and then be like, look, if you want pools, go clock that event kind of thing. But yeah, I think now it's evident. After that, they've come out. We ain't getting no changes. It is what it is, right? I think it's one of them. You've just got to accept it now. If you've still got a major problem to the point where it doesn't make you want to play the game, it's probably best just to stop playing. I do have a problem with it, but I'm just going to play the game. I'm just going to play it free. If I miss out on characters, I'll miss out on characters. I guess I'm lucky I got Shia. She's cracked, so it should be all right for a while. Vector E1 Brutal. That's it. I'm going back to Nexon and BA. You just got Shia in 20 pools. Let's go. Dude, she's kind of cracked still. She is kind of cracked. I agree, Easy. I do. There definitely needs to be some balancing. I agree. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see, right? But they're definitely being stubborn about it, that's for sure. All right, then. Let's talk about this one then, shall we, guys? So, MiHoYo are working on another game. And if you've watched my channel for any sort of time, probably, man, it's got to be going back a year now, right? There was rumours. There was, I wouldn't say there were leaks, there were job openings, right? And it looked like Hoyo were working on 5 different titles. One of those titles was a Animal Crossing-like game, which we now know is happening in Petit Planet. Another one was a urban life game with potential RPG elements and I think turn-based monster fighting, which I think that, you know, has evolved into Nexus Anima, which is more of a TFT game, but I think that's what they were talking about there. There were a couple of others as well. There was one that was alluded to being potentially an MMO with realistic graphics, actually. So when you think realistic, you're probably thinking maybe something that looks like that Where the Winds Meet kind of thing, you know, a more high-end graphical fidelity game rather than an anime game, you would think. And then there was a little bit of crossover with some of them. One was supposed to be potential open world, Honkai open world, potential shooter, whether that's first person or third person. So we don't actually know what this is, but this one seems like it's going to be a fantasy world, which we've got some information here. I also took this image and translated it as well. So let's talk about it. Let's start off and watch this little, this is legit a teaser, like a teaser of a teaser. There's not really much to garner from this other than, like, you know, we've got a little snippet here. But interesting. It's going to be UE5 as well, so hopefully it's not going to be UE5 slot, but they're obviously going for the powerhouse. Now, does this mean this is going to be one of their games where mobile is definitely taking a back seat and this is going to be more for the consoles and PC market? Who knows? But let's check out this little teaser then, shall we? And have a little look-see. You can see a very, you can see horses in the background there. Like these sort of filaments in the sky. I don't know what the fuck this is rolling over here. Like, what is that? Is it like some sort of creature? I can't tell what it is. So if you look in the background, it's probably hard for you guys to see, but you can see 2 people riding horses here. And then we've got this unusual sort of track marks in the ground here. And then we've got like what almost looks kind of like a filament in the sky, right? And then like you can see this like creature here. It almost looks like a stingray, but it's on land at one point. And then it jumps into the water and then kind of starts reeling about. I don't know if it's captured something there. It might be feeding. So I don't know if it's feeding. But then we've got this big filament in the sky, so that'll be interesting to see what that's all about. So it definitely looks like a bit more of a, I'd say a mature look to it. If that's, oh shit! I just noticed something else. There's a fucking dragon in the sky. Can you guys see that there? There's a fucking dragon in the sky, chat. I just clocked that. I didn't see that at first. There's an actual dragon in the sky, chat. Okay. So we've definitely got a fantasy element here. I didn't even see that at first. Did we see that flying across there as well? Is there a couple of them? Okay, there's one just flying past. Oh, there's another one. Okay, so there's dragons. That's really cool. Okay, so intriguing, I guess. Intriguing. So if we look here, well, let's take a look at this picture first, right? We've got a picture here that was posted as well. This is the official poster. I put this into ChatGPT just to see what's in there. So take it with a grain of salt. ChatGPT can be finicky sometimes, especially when it comes from taking text from images as well. So apparently, Mihoyo, Tech Attacko saved the world. Attaku saved the world, sorry. Enter a vast fantasy world, ancient mysteries, fierce demons, legendary heroes. Choose your path from companions, restore the crumbling order, fulfill the binding covenant, and face the god who brings chaos. Of course, there's going to be stuff to do with gods. The journey to uncover the truth. This will be your heroic tale. Mihoyo UE5 photorealistic fantasy research project. So this is the one that I was on about, because that's the specific wording they used, actually. Photorealistic graphics. A brand new animation technology. An open world adventure. Epic fantasy world. Large scale boss battles. Ecosystem AI model, multiplayer co-op, intelligent NPCs, full terrain simulation, AI, UE5 high quality rendering. So when they say full terrain simulation, do they mean potentially procedurally generated to some degree there or something? I always worry when I see stuff like that, because I'm like, does that mean we get a vapid looking, uninteresting environment to explore? We don't know yet, but I worry when I see things like that, right? So basically, this person just put the same thing up here as well. Rebuilding crumbling order, break the twisted covenant, and face the will of the capricious gods. Your journey to uncover the truth. That is your hero's tale. So, we've got a new Hoyo game, guys. So, what are you guys thinking about this? I must admit, we've not got much to go off here, right? Or this is a visually interesting thing, right? It looks like filaments also, but then this looks like rock here. You know, it'd be really interesting to see what the deal is with that. We've got dragons, we've got horses, we've got weird land stingray creatures feeding on things. Looks very, I'd say dark fantasy, right? In terms of the, I suppose, if you want to, you know, you could look at towards like an Elden Ring kind of inspired aesthetic. The idea that it's co-op is kind of interesting. There's people like, see, this person's titled it as where was I looking? Maybe it wasn't it. I saw somebody title it as an MMO. I don't know if I get MMO from this co-op. That might be just like you know, basically a co-op Genshin, a co-op WoW. You know what I mean? That's not technically an MMO, or you know, we'll have to see. Or interesting. I will be really interesting to see their take on actual like photorealistic graphics. Again, you've heard me say this before, right? Art style kind of lasts a lot longer than photorealistic graphics. So when it's going to be going for a few years, how will it look a few years after launch? Will be interesting as well. But I'm intrigued. A lot of people really don't like Hoyo, right? But they've got the resources. They are capable of making cool looking stuff. It's just about, I guess, how they handle the development, right? Like any live service game, we have to see what happens post launch. But I think this looks really, really cool potentially. Again, we ain't got shit really, but again, as I say, look out now for a potential other 2 games, right? One potentially being another Honkai related game, because so far, 3 of the games that were on that list that we saw like a year ago have come to fruition. So there was obviously some truth in those. There were job postings as well, so it kind of makes sense. They're not going to be lying about job postings, but yeah, man, MiHoYo, really, it shows where a lot of people moan about, well, where's all the money going, Hoyo? I think it's clear where it's going, right? 3 games simultaneously in development while they're running 3 games. That's pretty freaking huge, really. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what this is all about. Interesting to see, like I say, I like this fantasy element here. I see dragons I like, right? And they are dragons. So like the curiosity I'm thinking here, is this maybe not a Chinese based game? Because technically in some fantasy, they class them as wyverns, right? Because they look like they've got 2 legs and wings, which fantasy dragons, you can call them what the fuck you want, really, right? It don't really matter, but some people are like, actually, dragons have 4 legs, wyverns have 2, but you can call it what the fuck you like when you're inventing it, right? But they look like Western dragons, right? The typical, you got the head, you got the tail, you got the big wings. It doesn't look so much like a lung. I think that's what they're called in China, right? So be interesting to see if maybe we're seeing a bit more Hoyo do something that maybe a little bit more Western styled. You know what I mean? When you look to like Dark Souls, it's JP, but definitely has like a Western medieval aesthetic to it with a bit of a mix as well, right? So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they're doing there. But yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested, man. I'm down to see what Hoyo have got cooking here. I like the idea that they're going for something that's a bit more visually, I don't want to say impressive, but let's go higher graphical fidelity, right? Whether they can pull it off is a different question. But hey, they've got the resources. They've got talented people working for them. So I'm very, very interested to see what this vast fantasy world is all about. And hopefully, now we've seen this, we'll start to see some images, some premises, some ideas of what the gameplay is going to actually look like as well soon. Because I'm excited. I'm excited, man. I think it's a good time at the minute to be in like the anime gameplay space. We've got a lot of interesting projects upcoming, I think. But yeah, let me know what you think about that. What do you think, guys? Call it Dragoons with a double O. It's just popular to say, Hoyo. It is. Not reminds me of Black Myth Wukong. Yeah, true, Bozo. Yeah, that's another good point, actually, when I was thinking, like, yeah. To be fair, that's not, like, Western design, though. But yeah, I agree. He's got that sort of look to it, hasn't he? AI really is the buzzword of the century. Yeah. Like, my worry is, I don't mind AI being used in games, because it can make things more efficient, but when I saw it close to the words, the environment and the terrain, I'm like, please don't be procedurally generated, Please look handcrafted. Because, like, I'm glad we've kind of moved past the days of bigger is better in open worlds, and then you've just got, like, massive areas that have got fuck all in them and look really bad. I do prefer this more densely populated, smaller open worlds, or doing what Enfield's doing and going semi-open world. So, yeah. If it goes away from Anime Soul, it's less vibrating with me. Okay, all right. I think there'll probably be a lot of people in the gacha space who'll struggle with that, right? Because let's face it, the fact that the anime a lot of the time attracts people, and it's gacha orbiting, right? Because I think DNA is a perfect example of that, really. I'm waiting for my Goat Turbulence from Hypergriff. I just trust any game made in UE5. Well, that's it, innit? That's it, because UE5 is fucking hog, right? Yo, Leo, what's going on, dude? Hyper-realistic photo game with no swearing and no blood, black text in white background, and vice versa. Actually, well, that's a wyvern, actually. And if it's got no wings, it's a drake, because drakes can't fly, And if it doesn't breathe fire, you can't call it a dragon either, because basically what it is wyverns are subspecies. They're not actually dragons, because dragons are magical beings, and we don't know if wyverns are, because they don't breathe fire, so they're not actually magical, So stop calling them dragons, guys. Little did you know, a dragon is actually Valium from hit game Genshin Impact. Dude, that'd be funny if it was, alright. I don't trust MiHoYo to be player friendly. Again, I don't trust MiHoYo to not overly waste my time grinding shit in a single player game. AI as a tool is very different from AI as a method. I agree. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Again, look, I am, I think there's definitely times to critique the use of AI, but I am a person that believes in technology, man. I think technology, it's how it's used, right? You know, inherently that's whether it's used to the benefit, is the question, right? So yeah, man, agree. 16 times the detail, 4 times the map, right? It just works. It just works. Spoiler alert. It didn't. All right, let's have a look at the. I think we've got a new trailer for Petite Planet, another game that we are working on. The cozy test is now live. I don't know if people can share the gameplay on this, so I'll be very interested. Is this NDA, guys? I love that video, man. Is that when they're watching the seat go up, the armrest go up in the car? What's going on, Joshua? Technical large, yeah. All right, then. Petite Planet design trailer. Do you know what? Let's watch this on YouTube, just in case we get a little bit of it. It's embedded, so it's all right. But all right, fuck off. This is a game that it's not for me. It's not designed for me. I am not the target audience. But I'll try any game. I will. I'll give it a whirl. I think Rosie will probably really like this. This is one that I'll definitely tell Rosie about. I think she'll be into it because she likes those sort of games. So let's check it out then. Let's have a look. Is that Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? You know one thing? I literally just saw one little thing there. It's got character, right? It's got character, hasn't it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Rosie will love this. She'll love it. There is an audience for this. Like, I've seen so many people, right, in the gacha space when this was first announced, degrading it, being really derogatory towards it, because I think in the gacha space now, people look at the monetization as the genre, which I suppose you could say to a degree, it's kind of becoming almost a subgenre now. But like, so many people look at it and go, fucking, this is slop, this is trash, but it's not for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, every gacha game doesn't have to be turn-based action, sci-fi, fantasy, action RPG, does it? Like, we're doing the genre a disservice by doing that. Like, again, this isn't probably a game that I'm going to be dumping hours into. I'll give it a whirl, and I'll admit I'll probably have fun with it. I like doing stuff like this sometimes, but I feel like Rosie will love this, and I feel like there'll be a big female audience, and if lads is anything to go off, there's a lot of girls willing to spend money on gacha games. Now, this doesn't look like it's going to be Guna, but I still think there's a potential for this to make fucking shit tons of money. Actually looks sort of good, not gonna lie. How will they, like... Is he good? Do we even know if it's going to be gacha? Like, is that like is that an S5 tree, right? You know, have I got 5 dupes that produces 20% more blossom? Because I've got a couple of copies. I'm curious to see what's the deal with all that, or it's just many cosmetics or items you buy. I really like the vibe of this song. This is so Animal Crossing coded, right? Oh, wow. All right, cool. You can do like little music sessions. I must admit, man, this has got a lot of charm, right? Like, I think if you're into these kind of games, I'd be excited about this. Because this, like, in that sort of space actually looks really good for you know, if you like Animal Crossing type games, right? Like even when I first saw the character hitting, you know, working on the wood desk, like working on the work desk. Can't even get my words out. That reminded me of a little bit of like my time at Porsche, a little bit. Look at that tree in the background. That looks really cool as well. So you can play music with your friends then. So I'm assuming that's 4 different people, right? Hi. I think the name kind of hits as well. It's a good choice of a name, right? Because usually a lot of gacha games, you look at the name sometimes and you're like, bro, what is that name? That's kind of slaps for the type of game it is, right? You know what? Look, I am not the target audience. I am going to play this song. But I will honestly admit I am the target audience, separate my bias because of that, and say that this objectively looks like a good, you know, a good addition to that genre, right? Again, as I said, I saw so many people shitting on this game when it first got announced in the gacha space because, oh, what the fuck is this shit, man? Look, more Hoyo slop. This doesn't look like slop to me. Honestly, this doesn't look like slop. It looks like, for this type of game, a pretty well-designed game with what looks like a wealth of potential systems and stuff from, like, obviously just looking at it. We can't really see too much. But the character models look good for the type of game it is. The aesthetic looks really good. Looks like there's lots of little mini games and stuff like. You know, yeah, I think if you like these sort of games, you're probably excited about playing this. I'll play. Did you say, is anybody actually streaming this? Because I'd be interested to see what it looks like when people are playing it personally. Do I plan to play Popacom? I'll do it at some point, yeah. It's definitely not the target audience, but this looks right. Agree. Let's hop on PP and polish some wood. Can't wait to hear that. My niece nephew used my cousin's credit card trying to get the cool fishing rod after $500 in. Thank God they're double checking the coals in his levels. This is Petite Planet. It's Hoyo's new game, and it's in testing at the moment. So I'm assuming you probably can't get into it now. Although the fact that they're advertising it would mean maybe you still can. Maybe it's still open to get into. But yeah, visually it looks pretty nice, right? Looks like you got plenty of options. Looks like it's quite customizable in the terrain option. Animal Crossing, right? So that's what I'm thinking of. I've never really played Animal Crossing, but that's what this screams to me. Again, I'm not necessarily the target audience. But I like building stuff. You know, I like playing Minecraft. I think I could probably enjoy this. Would it become my main game? I don't know, man. I think Arknights is on the ropes. Nah, seriously, it's not my kind of game, right? But I think Rosie'd love this. I got to, because Rosie signed up for this actually. I'd have to tell her to check her email because maybe she got in because she did sign up for this if I remember correctly. Because as soon as she saw it, she was like, "Ooh, I like the look of this." So yeah, there's definitely an audience for this game. It might not be you, but just because it's not you doesn't mean it's necessarily fair to just say this is Hoyo slop. I think that's quite reductive argument to have. As I say, I've definitely seen that being said. Which at the end of the day, that's how you feel about it. That's how you feel about it. I'm not judging you, but I think it's quite reductive on the game itself. Because you're just not the target audience at the end of the day, right? This is for other people. I can't wait for the people to be like, "Oh my god, can't they just drop the building, bro? Like, this game needs to have action combat, bro." This ain't the main part of the game. He's smoking crack. But yeah, look, looks kind of cool. Looks cute. I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. I'm actually here for it. I'm here for it. Chaotic streamed. Oh, did he? I'll have to check out his stream actually. One critique gave his art style doesn't feel quite unique. Well, I mean that's fair. I bet some people wouldn't think twice. Yeah, like honestly, kind of like I don't know why I was getting like my time at Porsche kind of vibes from it as well. Maybe it's just more from like artwork that I'd seen. Check React. The home designers are gonna paint their walls over this. It's sloppy if it has gacha and you can't change one mind. Well, at the end of the day, if you think a game's sloppy because of gacha, I think that's a fair point, honestly. Somebody commented on my Enfield video saying that, like, this game's just slop because it's got gacha in it. I was like, you know what? Can't even argue with that. can't even argue with that. If you've got a problem with the monetization system, totally fair. And I think to call all games that sit under that monetization slot because of that, I think that's a fair point. This needs dodge, to be honest. It's blueprints for real, for real. I checked the cozy. Hey, check the cozy theme genre. The game is quite like by whale. Heck, even they can pour in some money than the gacha game normally got. Saying, well, yeah, I think there's potential for this to make a shit ton of money. Honestly, what do you say? Looking React Smash. Man, was I about to ban somebody accidentally then? Oh, actually, no. I think I give somebody a role earlier. Somebody was in the server I haven't seen before. What are we looking at here then? What's this? The Stellasaura narrative is false. Here's the proof. But it literally was double the price, all right. I'll have to watch that because it was double the price. I'm looking at here. Last thing. This here. Ooh, we've got another trailer. Let's have a look then. There's a lot of options. Oh yeah, this is like straight Animal Crossing, right? These sort of players are gonna blow a lid. They're gonna be all over this. This is gonna have some serious players to play this. I think this has got a potential to make a shit ton of money if they do it right. Like, is it even going to be a gacha game? Do we know that? I don't even know if we know that, do we? Like, what if it's just monetized in a different way? Just imagine if they came out of nowhere and it was like a box price game. It's probably not going to be, but like, it'd be crazy if it was. Well, looks like there's a lot of customizability, right? Alright. Okay. Alright. Alright, Huyo. I'll see ya. I'll see ya. There's one thing you can say about Huyo. I don't care what anybody says. You can dislike Huyo, right? They are not afraid to try different things. We started off with an instance-based action game in Honkai Impact, right? Then we went to an open world that pushed the boat out, open world action RPG. Then they went to a turn-based RPG. Then they went to a, once again, action instance, more combat orientated RPG action game. Now we're seeing a potential photorealistic co-op open world game, and now we've got an Animal Crossing game. I mean, you gotta give them credit for that. They're not worried about trying different things. I think that should be applauded to some degree. I do. You know, whatever you say about Huyo, I don't think you can deny that they're definitely trying new things, aren't they? Which, yeah, man, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Furniture gacha is a funny idea, right? Yeah, dude. Just imagine that, like, fucking, probably gacha cosmetics, right? He's like, what you got there, bro? Check it out, dude. I've got a C5 R6 sofa. Check it. You sit on it, you get plus 20 morale, and you get a 20% fishing boost for 3 hours. Sick. 5-star socks so you can run faster to the mailbox to get your electric bill disconnect notice. Why did the animal cross the road in the first place? Why? Why, Renegade? Why? Maybe Little Fig surprise furniture packs or something like that. Yeah, maybe. They haven't done tower defense. Well, I think they know that they might be getting in a little bit too deep there, right? A little bit too deep. Yo, what's going on, Duck Lord? Welcome to the scene, buddy. Cozy's drinking the blood of my enemies out their skulls. Nah, Pixar is better there for your argument. He's wrong. True. Yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right. Try new things at the cost of the consumer. Excuse me. ZZ's had 2 iterations of a TD mode. True. Actually, yeah, that is a good point. There was, wasn't there? Honkai Impact was an intricate dorm system. Read my previous message about Stellasaura thing. Apparently they had a second page for Stellasaurus shortly before release that basically no one knew about, where the price was the same. Yeah, see, that's bullshit. That I ain't buying that. The thing is, I'm pretty sure the old gacha system was deactivated in that beta, right? That was the one that some CCs got access to, right? I think it said the price of things, but they didn't actually have access to do any polls or anything. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe a lot of people missed it, but when I played it, the price changed, and I get it. Shit changes. I still just don't like it, right? I just don't like it. Yeah, I think that's a cult from people, if I'm honest. To be fair, regarding that. But yeah, I think I remember Sticks talking about that because I saw a few people who were like they were a little bit disappointed because they were given a version of the game that didn't reflect the launch because I don't think they actually had access to do. I just don't think you could engage with the gacha right or something like that. If I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't have access to that myself because I am a mere mortal. Yeah, it's just a link here about the coziness test. Check your eligibility. I'm curious of how they're going to monetize this then. I'm going to sign up for this chat. I'm going to sign up for it. Okay. Okay. I'm doing it. I'm doing it, chat. I'm doing it. I'll put a link in Discord as well. Anybody who might want to know. You might not, but I'll stick it in Discord. Check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. Excuse me. I've got the sniffles, chat. Your causing his levels ain't up to snuff. True, true. I need my camera to be twice the size. I need copious amounts of pink, vibrant lighting, and I need to sit on my chair with my knees up, right, and have an oversized coffee mug, right, to sip on. As I say, yes, yes. Oh my god, look at this guy, it's so cute. Oh my god, look at this. Oh, it's just beautiful. Oh, let's get rid of this then. Get gone. What these here? Guys, we're buying the discs. Oh, forgot. Shit, where's he gone? Fuck, I lost you. Where is he? Fuck, where'd he go? Brother, where did that go? What the fuck is that? Shit, must have closed the tab. My mouse wheel's going in my mouse. Fuck. I don't know where I had it, man, to even look for the tab, even by fucking opening up my old tabs, man. I'm not gonna lie. Because I don't think I wasn't on the specific. I hadn't clicked on it. I was just in Gacha Gaming. So it could be any one of the Gacha Gaming tabs. I think it was Gacha Gaming. Fuck. Hold up. You see pixels not safe for work tabs. I use that all on my streaming PC actually. You know, just in case, just in case. That's all on my streaming PC. Fuck. Would it be in the Discord actually? I think it might be in the Discord. Hold up, I gotta be careful here. Because there is some Discords I can't show you just yet. I don't know. Here we go. Did they put it in here? I don't know if they did. I think they did they? I put it on the Twitter. Well, basically, whatever. Anyway, fuck it. I can't find it. Basically, CZN ain't gonna be going to I think it's AGT, I believe. They said they're going to be focusing on fixing the issues with the game at the moment, serviceability, and getting on top of, obviously, all of the things that are going wrong. So basically, they've cancelled their appearance at an upcoming expo or something. So I guess, you know, again, it's one of those things where it just doesn't look great because of everything that's been going on. But I think it's a good thing, right? Yeah, yo. I think it's a good thing, right? Because, you know, with everything that's going on, it would be nice to see them concentrate on the issues that they've got, right? You know, rather than fanning about traveling the world to different expos and gaming shows or whatever it might be. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. The AGF festival. I found it. Chat. I found it. So yeah, this is good to hear. So then, here we go. Here's a post. Let me show you. So, all despair reduced to 0. Hello, this is Chaos Zero Nightmare. Contrary to expectations, Chaos Zero Nightmare will not be participating in the 2025 AGF event following last year. We ask for your understanding that we will not be participating in this AGF as we prioritise resolving current issues and stabilising our servers. And when you look at this, you're like, fuck, what's going on? We know what's going on though, right? And I think this is the right decision, right? They need to lock in, they need to get shit sorted, get the story sorted, get the little bugs fixed, and like, provide the surrounding product that the gameplay in this game deserves, because this gameplay is fire. It's so good. It deserves to have a company that's going to make this fucking game work, right? Because it would, honestly, there's a lot of gacha games that it's sad to like, oh, it's a shame that happened. That was an all right little game. The gameplay in this game, it's beyond that, man. It's beyond that. It's fucking sick, right? It's actually legit, not even just in gacha gameplay terms. It's good gameplay, right? So I think it would be a crying shame if this game went the way of the dodo because of mismanagement, right? It would be a shame, full stop. But like, specifically on mismanagement, if people just didn't fuck with it, then people didn't fuck with it. People fuck with this hard. The problem is, there's been a bunch of morons running around acting like children. So the fact that they're deciding to push that stuff aside, lock in, concentrate on the game, this is only a good thing, right? We deeply apologise for the recent unstable service. We wish we will do our best to provide you with a better environment and experience. Thank you. And yeah, and then there's just like some news here from different outlets to say they are not going to be. What is AGF? The fuck is AGF? Anime Games Festival. Is that what it is? Is that what AGF is? I agree, Easy. Definitely a good sign. I think if you look at like, obviously, I'm not small talking from a whole sense. When you see companies doing this, you're like, fuck, stuff's going wrong. We know there's stuff going wrong, right? But it's the right outcome, isn't it? Drop all the crap. We don't need to be at gaming shows or anime shows. We need to be locking the fuck in and fixing the problems that we've created because we've got something special, right? Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. I'm happy to see it happening. I'm not level 47 and addicted to this game at all. I don't know what you're talking about. I love the fact that I told him, man, I was like, dude, you need to play this game. Bro, he's hooked. Love to see. Love to see. That's way too much info to give out just to run out before taking a nap. Slay the spoiler with big titties is peak. Here's the hoping CZN can pick itself up. Yeah, I agree as well. Because, you know, like, obviously, I was critical of how Yosar managed Stellasora, right? That can be fixed with some gacha tweaks, but because I made those videos, because it's gacha, right, and some people can't understand that you're trying to come from a good place, they're like, what are you saying? What do you mean? What do you mean? They've got to rip us off. But anyway, a lot of people saw my videos on Stellasora, and then when I was talking about CZN and stuff, I had people coming into the comments going, you know, at least it's only the gacha system in Stellasora. I'm like, cool, but like, from a gaming point, man, you don't want this game to fail, right? You don't want this game to fail, man. It's fucking, it's a good game, man, right? And it deserves better. It does deserve better. 47's a cut off for addicted. Thank God I'm at 40, safe at 43. Yeah, see, I'm only like 38, I think. 37, 38. Wait, Hidden doesn't have big naturals normally. Bro, I fell asleep for a few hours and my whole browser is fucked. What do you mean? My bones are ready for Yuki to come to CZN. YouTube doesn't even load for me. Dude, YouTube's been playing up rotten recently. Like, yeah, on the desktop, my app on my phone is ass. so many times, like just freaking out, literally having to force close it to get it to stop being a bitch. Like YouTube's, I think what it is, you know, because they brought in all these new players, the player stuff, like even like now, it's like being slow to like if we go to like Dead Owns video,
Arknights Enfield. All right.
you know, like we go full screen. They've got all this new stuff, haven't they? Oh, look at that. Who's that? You know, they've got all this new stuff. And I think because they're introducing all these new things and the full screen with the chat at the side and that, I think it's like, I think it's just introducing bugs, man, because they're rolling out a bunch of stuff. That's the only thing I can think anyway. Yeah, we'll watch this video at some point as well. I want to give it time to breathe. He's only just uploaded it, so we'll definitely check that out. Go show some love to Dead End, guys. But yeah, man, I don't think there's anything else to check out, guys. We've been waffling for a bit, haven't we? Yeah, I'm excited to see what Oyo's got cooking, man. Hoyo, you know, I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. Again, I am not currently playing any Hoyo games. You guys know me. I'm not a Hoyo hater. Honestly, I'm not. I enjoyed Genshin when I played it. I had a blast with Star Rail when I played it. I really like Zenly Zone Zero. I'm down. I'm down to check out what's the next phase, right? And honestly, I'm excited about certain games, right? That I think could this bring me and Rosie together to play games together, right? Like if we can potentially play that and we can join into each other's world and stuff like that, I'll be bashing it because like I love video games. There's no better feeling when you're with your missus playing, like I said, a video game enjoyer, playing video games. It's a fucking pleasure. So if that's how I do it, because we've played New World together, she does like MMOs. Fucking brilliant, man. I love it. I do. I love playing games with Rosie. So yeah, man. If that means more gaming time for us, then I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Pig's poaching the views again. Twitch is bugging out. Stream pause. We're not. Yeah, Twitch is trash. Honestly, Jamie, I only use it to download VODs. If I could do that on YouTube, I wouldn't stream to Twitch anymore. Nah, I'm not playing. I ain't played it since like just after 2.0, bro. I'm not gonna lie, man. Honestly, like, cause I'm too locked in for Arknights, and then I'm just dabbling in other games here and there, and Chaos Zero Nightmare now. So it's like, if I'm not playing Arknights, I'll jump on Stellar Sora for like 20 minutes, an hour at a time. But really, the game that I'm like locking in off stream, it's Chaos Zero Nightmare, man. When I get the chance to, it's the one game at the minute that I'm actively in bed playing, right? It's like, it's good, man. It's good. That bit looks so innocent on your wallpaper. Dory Big told me he's hard pivoting to Genshin after chapter 11. Big and Rosie can't build in Enfield when? Oh, dude, I'd love to get her into games like Enfield. She wouldn't, man. Like, I've tried to get her to play, which obviously I don't know why, because like I say, she's not really a gamer. I tried to get her to play things like Valorant in the past. But like, especially when she's on the sticks, she does it even on the mouse and keyboard as well. She can control one thing at a time, but not both at the same time. So if you give her a pad, right, she can walk fine, right? And she can aim fine. Trying to get her to walk and aim at the same time, it's not happening. She'll be like looking at the floor while she's walking. Or just standing still. Actually like aiming fine, but just like being like getting beamed because she don't move. It's funny. I need to get my wife hooked on WoW. A Warframe peaks Rosie and co-op blasting in Warframe when? Love MMOs. I lost thousands of hours in ESO. Yeah, I like ESO. I do. I like ESO. ESO, Guild Wars 2. You know, RuneScape as well. Final Fantasy 14. Also, yeah, I like to dabble in a bit of a MMO action, man. Actively in bed playing. Valorant for a non-game moves rough. Yeah, true. I don't know. I'm evil, AI. This is one of the worst games to be like, here, babe, come play this. You know? Now let me teach you about strafing properly. How do I move? Some people just not built for gaming. See, the thing is, she does enjoy gaming. Like, she likes them cook, serve games and stuff. Like, was it Monster Hunter Builders or whatever the fuck it was? You know, the Monster Hunter game that was a builder game. Was it Monster Hunter? No, Dragon Quest Builders. That was it. Dragon Quest Builders, right? It was a Dragon Quest Builders game. I think that was the one. She fucking bashed the fuck out of that. Like she likes them sort of games. That's why I think she'll really be into this Petite Planet. It's right up her street, you know. Not so much action. She likes doing a little bit of action now and again, but she'll enjoy the mini games. But she'll really enjoy building a house and farming and doing all that sort of stuff. Like, you know what I mean? The worst game for a non-gamer will be Dwarf Fortress. That game's done. I don't think I've ever played that. Big's trying to get Rosie into being an e-girl. But yeah. Nothing else really to talk about, guys. Should we play some games? Let's do it. Oh, yeah. In the middle of the night. Get her to do my base in Enfield. Yeah, she probably would, actually. I was joking about that the other day. I was like, if I'm ever bored of base building, I'll just get Rosie to do it. Honestly. She'll probably do it more efficiently than me. So I will admit, like, I'll actively do the base building stuff, but I won't have the most efficient base. You know, I'll just, if I'm like 80% of the way there, fuck it, I'll just leave you. She liked Minecraft before she got yelled at for screwing up the base. That never happened. I never did that. I never did that. Not true. She lost all her diamonds, man. There were so many diamonds, bro. Oh my god. So many. That made me stop playing Minecraft.
Happy to see me,
honestly. Because like we'd work so hard with that shit. Yeah, I've got to stage 3. I'm pretty much cleared stage 3, really. Give or take. Guys. Guys, look. I did a little thing, boys. I got a couple of headhunting permits and got a little bit of extra goodies up here as well. I might have bought a pack yesterday, maybe. Do my bit. You know, I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. That's what I get for it as well. You know what I mean?
Dancer Fang, Captain of Reserve Up Team A1.
My name is Plume, formerly
Been a bite to win.
Cohort. Captain of Reserve Op Team A6.
I'm gonna get myself some new wireless earbuds for gaming soon. Like I bought these as like an entry price one just to get an idea if I like them. And they're fine, man. But they're harsh. Like the audio is harsh, man. Like the highs are high. You know when the operator's coming there, it's like, oh my god, dude, that hurts my ears. Like they're not loud, they're just harsh as fuck, man. I'm not gonna lie, without my I haven't been visiting bases as much, you know? Just gonna say. Hypergriff, you know? Just gonna say. It's a feature, not a bug. Feature, not a bug. Man's fell for the classic blunders, good price backs. Yo, the thing is though, I've got pools, right? And I've spent like what? I probably spent like 100 quid on this game, maybe. So, roundabout, give or take, right? I haven't bought any currency yet. That's how good the packs are in this game, you know? Where like, typically every other gacha game, if you spent money, you've probably bought a currency bundle, haven't you? For the most part. Or maybe a pass, like. But, majority of it's been, packs. Well, all of it. Got a top up tag today, it was Kobe. My day's been pretty good. Nice. Yeah, I gotta finish off the last story now for chapter 10. Well, that Jessica, man, I know I am. I need it for my ammo nights. Yeah, I want Tragodia. I need to get it in my life. I'm doing Vector Breakthrough. Yeah, if we got a bit of time.
Here's a carnival
I'm gonna start
Put it on.
finish off the story node on chapter 10. Start chapter 11. I do want to do some
てるって
vector bear
ま
crew.
あ否定はしないけど根本 Can I get my beauty sleep in here?
Very nice room, this one. Furnished
I'm
tastefully with a peaceful
Cruz.
atmosphere.
We still rep Cruz. We don't actually, but you know, we show Cruz love. We show Cruz love. There's OG, the OG man. Still such a great early op, right? And she's just cute as fuck.
Ah, Doctor.
The only
Yes.
Uchiro I've seen buying currency in AK
Something's
is
never
Kyo.
changed.
Yeah. I don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I won't ever, right? Like, yeah, I was just in the store again. I was just like, can't forget which one I bought now. It was the one that got like 2 10s in and 9 priming, I think. But this one's got 42 prime and 1, which works out pretty much the same, but like the rest of this. So like I'm thinking like maybe I'll buy this if I want to hold on to some currency for skins, maybe, or I'm desperate and I have to do some panic pulls. But yeah, man, packs in this game are just like insanely good, really, for the most part. You know, the value, like compared to like spending money on the actual gacha currencies, like it's insane, isn't it? It's insane. Insane. What about Fang? Yeah, Fang for me, though, was just... she just ended up in the meat grinder, right? Yeah, what's going on, Not a Wise Girl, as well? Welcome to the stream. I plan to try and do something. If we don't... How long's left on Vector? $12 days. We've got what to do. So, like, I'm on stage 3 at the moment, which, as I say, kind of pretty much got it. Just got to be a bit more efficient about my placement. And then, we need to do, oh, shit, we've got a few more now. Ooh. Well, this could maybe... okay. Ooh, I definitely want to do some more, then. But we'll try and squeeze that in today. If we don't, we'll definitely, definitely do some over the weekend. I don't know why I'm looking this deep, because I ain't getting all this shit. Alright. The 5,104 LB. Yeah, I'm what? I'm not exactly rolling. I'll never forget these early... Right, dude. The Fang was... She, you know, she did her part. She did do her part, you know. She went down fighting every single time. Now, she went down a lot. But she went down fighting, you know. You buy the profile theme. Vector is unironically the hardest thing I had to do in Arknights to date. What, like harder than even like the hard CC stuff? You get those if you just start farm stage 1. If you're curious, uploading my 10 up clear with no boost of Vec 12 on my channel. If you love Cruise so much, get Cruise Alto. Which stories I have to do now for that?
Not a word needed. It's
Right.
always so tranquil by your side.
Alright, and boys. Back to Londinium we go. B80's BB. So, like, do you think I can get through the next stage? Because people were saying the next stage is going to crush me. Invitation to wine, that's it, yeah. I know, we're back to the British. God's country, mate. God's country. Well, it was. It's a fucking shithole nowadays. But, I saw someone else who beat Sage 12, but bought all the 12 meta units and said, you're fine. You're fine, Mechanist, on the caption himself, wasn't he? Thought he was going to crush me. Might be able to get past it, but anything beyond that will just be increasingly impossible at E1. It's a miracle we haven't got to start making it yet. So yeah, what's the odds, chat? Do you reckon we get through chapter 12? You're fired. Do you reckon we get through chapter 12? E1. Because I'm hearing people saying that chapter 12 is going to be the one. I heard it was chapter 8. Right? I heard it was chapter 8. I've heard it many times, actually. But chapter 8, chapter 8 was hard. Chapter 8 was hard. But I've heard, chapter 12. Chapter 11, just a statsy. Do I have the stats, do you reckon? Chapter 12 is impossible. Impossible. It'll be a rough ride for sure. I love the mechanic in chapter 12. I can't wait now. Honestly, can't wait. I kind of revel. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a great player at this game. I know I'm not right. I know my lane. I do revel in the challenge, and honestly, I do. Honestly, because you know, plenty of time, I don't know, it's a joke a lot of the time. You know, when people are like, yeah, he ain't doing this. He ain't doing that. He ain't doing GTA 3. He ain't doing fucking Patriot. He ain't doing that shit. And then we do it, and it's just like, we fucking did it, boys. We fucking did it, boys. Makes me feel like a big man. Your Majesty, regretfully, I was late. I'm so confused with this whole thing here. Does Your Majesty share the same regrets I do? That we were not able to stop them here? Manfred, back then, in Casdell, you would never speak to me so guardedly. Back then, you looked me straight in the eye. Your Majesty, Casdell was nothing more than a cluttered ruin and a thick stack of blueprints. In all... Oh, guys, it was planned all along. It was planned all along. Oh. See? In all those years, you and the General. No. As things are now, there is no need to speak of past matters. Your Majesty has returned to the General's side. Together, you shall rule the royal court and bring the Sarkaz victory once again, just as countless times in the past. For me and the rest of the men, we need only remember this. Yes. Even so, Manfred, I really wish to meet the girl. Your Majesty, do you think a person dreams in death? I've dreamt of them often the past few months. What? Wait, what? Again and again, I dream of that ship. I dream of conversations with that doctor, a few smiles. I dream of standing shoulder to shoulder with that silent commander on the ship's deck. I dream of sitting by her bedside every night, telling tales of the Sarkaz and this great land, lulling the girl to sleep. Is the General aware? He knows all. However, a dream is but a dream. Isn't that so? Your Majesty, your cheeks. Hold up, bro. Hold up a minute. Let's not get disrespectful now. Ah, it's just ash. I thought, I do not shed tears. Yes, why do I not shed tears? Or is it not her then? Was it like some sort of facsimile? Your Majesty, in the end, you still allowed her to go to the city walls. You are aware of the threat the King of Sarkaz bears? Of course, not even Manfred or the Sanguine Arch may be capable of successfully capturing the successor to that power. To defeat a Sarkaz king, the safest choice is naturally another one. Did you not intend that when you raised that suggestion to me? I also remember that you nearly killed me when I first suggested to bring her back. Vomit-inducing. That's what you said. It's difficult to forget such fury. My opinion has not changed. We still need her, do we not? Only when the two of you stand together will the soldiers truly believe that the chaotic and dark era of the past is now history. They will never again question the legitimacy of your orders. There will no longer be two different voices in the Sarkaz's hearts. To this end, we must get hold of the other Sarkaz king as soon as possible. Then go and make sure of that. The soldiers must focus on the war ahead. That's why the fear Amir so much, them right? They must clearly understand that they are following a ruler who can lead them out of their plight and not just some power of dubious ownership. I know. You have never cared for that black crown. For your satisfaction, I have never stopped researching the Sarkaz king either. Thanks to her, I've made great progress. Should we get our hands on that quarters too? Perhaps we'll be able to truly understand the power of the Sarkaz king before too long. The Sarkaz are not slaves to any man or power. If the crown of the Sarkaz king is but another shackle, then crush it. Your wish aligns with my own. It will be done, your majesty. And so many cool looking characters in this chapter as well, right? Like legit cool looking characters. I did not expect you to return so late, your highness. You seem tired. Professorius, you neglected to inform me that the Banshee was there too. Ah, I thought you'd have guessed it. A Banshee can be more trouble to deal with than a Natchera. Frightening talent. That said, next time I'll simply stick his tongue in a crystal case and gift it to his mother. The regent and then... How do you pronounce that? Naxera. Natchera. Naxera? 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 King will not be pleased, your highness. Then they best not find out. Also, that Manfred. How dare he use those toys mounted on the city walls on me? Half the filth on me is thanks to him. Perhaps I should teach him a lesson. I understand your frustrations, your highness. Consider this as a tiny compensation for the missing intel. I will suggest the regent grant you the task of capturing the Sarkaz king. That bastard failed after all. I've been telling Theresis all this time he's just a soft-hearted coward. It's fine. All of this is within the regent's plans. Let them celebrate for now. After all, the best way to crush hope is to first let it come to fruition. The nobles in the city grow restless once more. You're right, let them continue with their folly. When the banquet is at its peak, the abrupt shifting of laughter to horror is tantalizing. Incidentally speaking of the nobles, is there anything your highness wishes to report to the regent? No, nothing. It's pronounced as written, Naxera. I'm gonna start goose stepping around the room, am I? Tell Theris to say I'll wait the next banquet. He's obviously discovered something, but he's hiding it. These little moves. I fear the regent will not tolerate him much longer. Leader, any movement from the Duke's forces outside the city? Oh. Naxera King will be returning soon. Once he arrives, send him to meet the regent immediately. Excuse me. Also, did you mention a Victoria noble sent some messengers back? Let us go and meet them. Sir, there's one more thing. Is there? She actually chose to return at such a time. Yes. Do you have a plan, sir? Send a message to the Royal Academy of Sciences. It's time for a long-awaited family reunion. Do I know this? Do I know this person? Need them to be in Power Ranger poses. Liz, how are you feeling? Are we going too fast? Are you tired? I'm fine. You have to tell me if you feel any discomfort. Yes, my chest feels a bit stuffy. Is it because you're getting closer to home? Griffith! No, that isn't my home. Shining, my home is with you and Nerl. I didn't want you to come back here, but I wanted to. I want to go with you, and I want to find what I've lost. I can feel that they're there. They're here. Yes, Nightingale. We'll find them, and they'll help you get better. You are going to get better. Is this everybody was on about, saying that she'd really like? Because a lot of people were saying without Nightingale, you're probably not going to clear J883. Is that who they're on about? Wait, so is Shining adversarial? Really? Now that's people aren't good at the game. Well, I don't want to say. Did you make Sal's fireballs bearable? Yeah, that was you. That was you. I remember now. People saying that you could survive the waves. We'll find them, and they'll help you get better. You are going to get better, and then we'll return to Rhodes Island, or we could also go to Casimir's. We'll go wherever you want. You'll go with me, right? Of course, Liz. No matter when, as long as you want it, I will stay by your side. Feels like going on a brand new journey, while also returning to the starting point. Its high walls give Londinium the feeling of a giant cage, or even a sealed graveyard, but it is also the past and present home of countless people. This place hides many answers, yet it also leads to a great deal more questions. Where are we going? To a reunion or a separation? Are we alive? Yes. Looks like we can finally take a breather. Rock, why are you crying? I'm not gonna cry. I've never seen you cry before. It's nothing. I thought of Bill. When I think of him, old Bill. No, I shouldn't do this. The battle isn't over yet. I don't know why I added the yet. No, spitballing now. It's fine, Rock. We're safe right now. We can take a break and think of old Bill and our other friends. Before the next battle starts, it's what we ought to do. Where's this? We meet at last. You are Aladale Cumberland. Call me Aladale. Damn, you're looking thick in those jeans, bro. I'm Clavisia's friend and the Londinium Citizen Self-Salvation Corps officer in charge of Acherig Borough. That is central Londinium. Cumberland? You're the Duke of Cumberland's daughter. I was just a small child when father passed away. I remember him brushing his sweat-laden beard on my face whenever he returned from a fencing match. Ugh. This is the only memory I have left for 20 years. Come on, yo, Aladale, yo. Has you got them apple-bottom jeans on, boy? Huh? I heard the Duke of Cumberland was betrayed by other anti-royalist dukes. Father walked the path he believed in for the sake of his ideals. I respect him greatly, which is why I'm here. You and the other nobles within the city have been fighting against the Sarkas? Yes, their efforts have only just begun to bear fruit. I was extremely surprised when Isabel came to look for me. Not just because she's the Count of Manchester's successor. Alright, Manchester as well. Although the Count has always been one of their most steadfast supporters. It's just that I thought all the Knights of the Tower were dead. Isabel's return was a great inspiration to many of us. Of course, what surprised me the most was you. You know who I am? I was not aware at first. How could I be surprised otherwise? All these years we have never stopped looking for you. There were never any clues. Many thought that you were long dead. I never believed so. I do believe many of those looking for me actually wanted to take my life. Perhaps so. But even among those, there are many who've changed their minds. You've seen what's happened to Londinium. People lost their freedom long ago. I was going to show something, I'm not going to bother. All Victorians, even those nobles holding tightly onto their titles, must either become a slave to the Sarkaz or tremble in fear as they hope to survive till the next day. Even deep in slumber, they instinctively cry out, "Your Majesty." Is there anyone who was not wondered, should that sudden execution of all those years ago have gone another way? Would Londinium be as it is today? Do you really think that my presence here would change anything? At the very least, it opens up a new possibility. Even though you appear to be contemplating, I know you've already set your heart on it. Oh? You sent Isabel to contact me. Is that not a sign that you're prepared to lead us against the Sarkaz? I don't deny that I've made a decision. But being prepared, you can never be fully prepared. You're not wrong. We should begin, Lady Cumberland. Lady Cumberland Allerdale, please walk me through our current situation again. Lead me up the stairs. I will be right behind you. I'm sure you understand that I have a lot to catch up on. Great. I loved your enthusiasm. That's just what we need right now. Then, welcome home, Alexandrina, Your Majesty. Chop me with them thighs, bro. You know? Get me in a fucking headlock. Crush me fucking clavicle. Heidi. Calcit. Calcit? It's tough to get a meeting with you. Did anyone follow you? Don't worry. I've carefully covered my tracks all the way here. How could I be your messenger if I wasn't even capable of that? You've already done very well. Your father would be proud. Frankly, many times in the past when I was close to failure, I would think of you and wonder what you would do. I would also think about what you would say if I could get everyone to make it through with me. But now that you're really standing before me, I suddenly feel that all those things I've imagined mean nothing. Heidi, you are well prepared. Indeed. At least, I will always be prepared. All of us will. By the way, you're in a hurry to see Amia? I've confirmed that she is currently safe. It's been a long time since I was in Londinium, but I have a number of matters I need to take care of. That's good. There's someone. She's been waiting to meet you. Oh, here we go. Calcit, start talking. I need an explanation. You're alive? And what exactly do you wish me to explain, W? You're as calm as ever. Hard for me to tell if you knew before you got here or not. Whatever. It doesn't even matter if you're a monster or not. I've got bigger fins to fry. It's... Teresa. It really was Teresa. You. How could you let Theresis get his hands on her body? Oh, wait a minute. So what the fuck? Is that something to do with his art? Or have they like... So it is like a facsimile then, yeah? What it... Finally Asmongold. Roach! Amia. Ah, sorry, Doctor. I didn't see you coming. You've been preoccupied ever since the train. What did you see on the train? Yes. I guess there's no hiding it, and I shouldn't hide it from you anyway. Doctor, I saw her. Doctor, Miss Rockrock really was talking about her. Calcit said W's attitude towards me. 4 years ago, Teresa passed away. Even though Dr. Calcit and W may disagree with me about the truth behind this, there's one thing we definitely wouldn't get wrong. That day, we really lost her. What's this about? I don't know. But the moment I saw her at the train station, I finally understood why I felt those emotions in Londinium. Besides anger, sorrow, and an endlessly infinite sorrow. Yes, to the Sarkaz, anger and sorrow are symbiotic. It's just that they chose to dry their tears with anger most of the time. And all of those emotions seemed to converge in her eyes. Even Teresa had never... You're hurting? Hurting? Maybe, but compared to them, those Sarkaz shattered by hate and prejudices is nothing. I can feel it. It's too little. Far too little. I glimpsed it for a moment, but I was nearly drowned under that turbulent wave of emotion. What did Teresa go through? It's not your responsibility. Is it really not? Doctor, I said before that I really couldn't believe it was her. When I saw her with my own 2 eyes, I found it wasn't very difficult at all to accept. Since I'm here, I need to know the truth. Not just the truth behind Teresa, also the sarcasm within the city. What exactly did they experience? That they would be burdened with such anger and sorrow? And if the truth brings about more pain? Doctor, you can be afraid, I'm here. But we will walk onwards together. Yeah. Doctor, together. Let's look for the answer. This is also an answer I need. Damn, girl. I apologise for interrupting you. There's an urgent matter concerning Vina, as well as our Self-Salvation Corps. Based on a letter from Lady Heidi, we've confirmed that this matter relates to you. Doctor, is Edward Artorius' relic in your possession? Damn. What a fucker. Like, bro. I'm mind fucked. Next, turn your textbooks to page 132. Parent Calendar 31. The Empire of Hippogriff was officially renamed the Empire of Ursus. We have already spent 2 lectures talking about and analysing this piece of history. Historians believe the cause of Hippogriff's fall from power was primarily its ruling class's corruption, incompetence, as well as the rise of the Ursus and the forces of production that it represents. This war is often referred to as the Ursus Uprising. Is that like the Bolshevik uprising then? Is that like going from like a Tsar to like the communistic rule? Well, that's what it's kind of based on, I guess. From this point onward, representing the ancients standing up against the elders' authority, from this point onward, the legitimacy of the elders' rulership across Terra gradually waned. But if you look back on this war from a different perspective, we'll find a set of questions that naturally follow. Suppose it was not another Ursus race that had been ruling the country instead of the Hippogriffs. Would the revolution still have taken place? If, as the rulers, the Hippogriffs had not insisted on a policy of racial discrimination, they stopped taking Ursus wealth as their own and gave the Ursus equal opportunity, would the Hippogriff Empire downfall have been averted, or would it have come sooner? What if Hagen's cavalry never set foot on these lands? Wait, what? Hello, are you here to listen on Miss Helna's lecture? Miss Helna? Helna? That's right. The lectures on Imperial history are very popular. I've been noticing young men and women such as yourself listening in from the hallway. You aren't one of our students, are you? You don't look like a college student. You can actually go inside if you'd like. She's not going to mind if you stand in the back of the classroom. You'll be able to hear more clearly. No need. Her voice is pretty clear as is. Okay. Then this lecture is almost over anyway. I still have other lectures to attend, so please excuse me. By all means, please. You may not be able to find the answers to these questions in any textbooks, but I hope you will give them some thought. Let them accompany your brain as you eat and as you bathe and as you sleep and even as you sleep. And when an idea has lingered in your brain long enough, write it down. I'm very interested in your opinions. Okay, let's wrap it up here. Enjoy your brief freedom until the next bell. Holy mother of God. What the fuck? You have any questions, miss? Man, I would be a teacher's pet, bro. I would be sitting in front of class, man. I'm straight up. You know? Found you. Jeez. Why did she go into the city? To look for someone. Can I be a chair? I have a perfectly good seat for you here. And why is this someone worth the risk? 9. You said it yourself. We can't get anywhere closer than the nomadic cities while we're in Ursus. We want to pass judgment on her, don't we? Before she talks, she needs an answer still. Without this answer, she won't even believe half a word she says herself, and neither will we. We shouldn't be believing her to begin with. She went into the city herself. What if she makes a run for it? All the efforts and the sacrifices went in rescuing her, and all our plans about her going forward will all go to waste. They won't. She knows very well that she has nowhere to go. Besides, as long as you still trust me, I can guarantee you this. No matter where she goes, I will take her in again. I trust you, but that's based on everything you've done for us in the past year. You're not like her. You don't talk big. This is something that all of us like about you. It's a good thing, and you should make sure you don't start picking up that habit. Are you worried I'll be influenced by her? I don't think that'll happen so easily. 9. Patrol unit is approaching. Stay hidden. Just as we predicted, in half an hour, this route won't be safe anymore. She better come back in time. I thought I would have seen you much sooner. Tallulah. Ashalna. Couldn't have picked a more obvious name, could you, Cat? What the fuck, bro? It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. And I'm here fucking thirsting. I'm thirsting. Brother. Brother. Come on now. It's not gay though. It's not gay though. Do you want to be the chair? Yeah, go on then. Cash J. Ah, names. Names are just a way to refer to people. If the sound of this name reminds you of a certain unpleasant memories, you can call me Violet. Never mind. Your name is of little importance to me. Just like your appearance, your name is not worth remembering. Why have you come then, Tallulah? Because you want a definite answer from me. Because you want me to tell you that, yes, Cash J has left your body, and you're just Tallulah and no one else? In that case, you'll get what you want. I can tell you exactly what you want to hear right now. The question then is, are you willing to believe me? You want me to believe a black snake? Is this a new trick you're playing, Cash J? You gave me all the enough information. Bro's like, imagine that. Bro's like, you know the first thing he did when he got into that body, right? You know what he did. Then enough information to find you in the shortest amount of time. I can only assume that you were luring me here. Have you gone back to our home then? Our home, both yours and mine? That's not my home. It's nothing more than a ground zero of a conspiracy. A nest beloved of venomous snakes. It's an awfully hurtful way to describe it. But you read my letter nonetheless, didn't you? You remembered the channels through which Duke Cash J received the Scales correspondence. Not even the secret police who took over the dukedom could figure it out. A letter sent 10 years ago, and its sender is tenured here at this college. I don't know if I should be gasping in an admiration of how well prepared you are, or if I should be grateful that this channel stayed hidden for 10 years, while your scales have long been reduced to nothing. Does it make you happy that the territory has fallen into such neglect, Tallulah? Under your rule, they could have lived a much better life. They shouldn't have been torn to shreds by the Fourth Army. Stop pretending you care about them more than I do. Tell me, what is there in this small northern town for you to willingly stay here? Cash J, if I remember correctly, you preferred cities further south. Not only because the air there is more humid, but also because lands where you cultivated generations of authority are more suitable for your scheming. But not the tundra. The folk here lead a hard life. They have plenty to worry about, sorting out issues with their food and harvest. To them, the speeches you pride yourself on are like that artificial flower you wear. No purpose beyond aesthetics. Tallulah, Tallulah. What if I told you I'm here because your footsteps can be found in the tundra? I'd say you're feeding me nonsense. The history of humanity is a history of struggle. You remember, don't you? You applied everything that I taught you through the years to your struggle. If you remember all of that, then shouldn't Tallulah, the fighter of the tundra, and Tallulah, the woman who succeeded the title of Duke, be one and the same to me? Yet you destroyed everything that I built in the tundra. Did I? Who do you truly blame for this series of fatal mistakes in your heart? If you actually thought yourself innocent, you wouldn't have needed a year and a half to ponder how you should die. The very moment your head turns, you will throw yourself into the next struggle. Tallulah, I know why you came to me. You want to use your judgment on me to judge yourself. You want to hear me repent so that you can start repenting yourself. What you want is a tiny, pitiable bit of mental comfort. Go on. You want me to go on? You thought I wouldn't let you witness my fury? Oh, Cache, you don't deserve it. I would, sorry. I've rehearsed everything you've said up to this very moment in my head, down to the very last word. A year and a half isn't that short. I had nothing to do while I was imprisoned at Rhodes Island. If you want to survive this meeting, you'll need to say something more original. Very well. I can tell you've gotten more patient, thanks to that period of self-imprisonment. Cache planted the letter 10 years ago. So, like, was that like to give him like that ability to shift then? Like, how does he actually do that? Because it like the body almost acts like a Horcrux in a sense, but it's like it's not because like it doesn't kill him, or like has he got like stuff that allows him to do that, like items? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Scientist, kind of like Voldemort kind of situation. His character design, though. Oh my god. I wanted to provoke you. Take a look at this school. Look at the students' faces. They believe that the sunlight of May will melt the tundra's snow. They also believe that Ursus, colder and harder than even the tundra, will change beneath their feet. So you're sullying their innocence with your despicable ideas. You think I'm trying to find the next successor among them? No, my dear. I'm just a normal university lecturer. The only things that I impart here are knowledge and ideas. I hold no authority or wealth. If they want authority, they can fight for it themselves. If they seek a conspiracy, they are free to find the most suitable techniques in my lessons. You want me to believe that the failure you experienced through me devastated you so much that you washed your hands of it all? Failure? Never thought of that as a failure. Reunion was not destroyed in the Chernobyl core city, and neither was Cache's plan. Right, you managed to stop Cache. The war he sought, the war that could have changed Ursus' history in an instant, never came to be. But Ursus still went on the trajectory that Cache had set forth for her. War is happening. The conflict between the council and the army intensified, and the will of the people is sparking new flames through each and every conflict. And I will stand atop the most fertile soil, sowing seeds to the best of my abilities. I will guide, or perhaps I should say, spur these revolutions to take root. I remember you once refuted the education of the masses as meaningless. I wonder if, like, does he go back further enough to have a part in that, the fall of Hippogriff? I remember when you once refuted the education of the masses as meaningless. Farura is so inflexible that she does not adapt to the changing tides, and she is undoubtedly following a path of destruction. You still see yourself as a ruler? I see. Actually haven't changed at all. I almost forgot you hated that word as much as you hated Cache's control. I told you long ago that I didn't care who was in charge. How many times has power changed hands since the Ursus took these lands from the Hippogriffs? Tallulah, you are me, and I am you. What we want is an Ursus that can yet spark fires from our hands. These fires will sooner or later engulf all of Ursus. No, not just Ursus. Victoria and all the other countries will be caught in the flames too. When the fire is over, will these lands become more prosperous, or will they be dealt destruction? Ursus has walked in its first millennia. I will guide it down its second and third. This is the meaning behind the Black Snake's existence. Black Snake is immortal, not because I want to live, because Ursus must live. Was it attached to Ursus then? Is there something in Ursus that he's like abilities attached to? The Aslant Hair has returned to Londinium. It seems that way. The Sarkas gave us the information in exchange for the Sarkas messenger we returned to them. In exchange, they're merely using to escalate the scuffle amongst the dudes. It could have been more obvious. We can also tell from their methods that the situation in Londinium has changed and the Sarkas are anxious. Did the Sarkas say anything else? Nothing useful. Ever since our spies cover was blown, we haven't got much news from Londinium. Unfortunate. Right. It's unfortunate. Fortunately, our losses are still manageable. Why are they covering Banana's face? We've already seen it, right? If I remember correctly. Right. There is another piece of news that might be important. We caught wind of this from a Colombian arms dealer we've worked with. About a month ago, that organisation called Reunion recovered their previous leader. You mean Tallulah? If all the information we've received thus far is correct, she could very well be a Draco. Ooh. Something. Didn't we see it like? Didn't we see it like on the roof? At one point. I'm not thinking back when they showed Reed off. But that's all we did. Unless I'm tripping. Might have just been one of the scenes we read. Yeah, on the roof. That was her. It was right, yeah. You're on the roof, yeah. Okay. You having a laugh? No fun in here now. Why would I do that? Give me a slap. I'm sorry. Smack me right now, otherwise I might think I'm dreaming. Right, no. There's a wall over there. Knock yourself out. Try not to ram it so hard you knock it down, though. Otherwise, you'll have some explaining to do to the county's mounted police. I'm not sure what to say. Are you really so shocked you were the one who's been going, leaders got to be alive day in and day out? I mean, but I thought I could. You thought she'd be waiting for you to rescue her somewhere? Uh-huh. But it's more of a surprise knowing she's made it out. Thanks, Chen Chen. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have met Rhodes Island. If I hadn't joined Rhodes Island, they wouldn't have helped me get her out. I'm so happy. No hugging. But I'm so glad. At the very least, a little less of a squeeze. Oh. Wait, Chen Chen, does that mean you're going to leave then? You promised to help me rescue her. She doesn't need me to rescue her anymore. Times like these, you think pretty fast, don't you? To tell you the truth, I've thought about it ever since I found out she'd escaped. I've been thinking of looking for her. Actually, I can kind of tell. Chen Huya Chia never gives up halfway. We've come so far and finally found ourselves some clues. Bagpipe, I'll get to the bottom of this with you. Until the day the Spectre Force is exposed for all to see again. Only then will I do what I want. Will I do what I should have done long ago? I will find Tallulah. This is a fucking dope ass looking character, man. Holy shit. Like, fuck. This design is just gorgeous. Think, Tallulah. Think with all the techniques that you learn from Cache, whether everything that I say comes from the bottom of my heart. No need. Will you kill me here then? You have to avoid the Royal Guard's watchful eyes, so you don't have a sword. And so you must kill me with your flames. Will you commit to such a horrifying crime in front of all of my students who have nothing but admiration for me? If I wanted to kill you, I would have picked a method that would startle anyone. Wouldn't, I should imagine. Don't forget, you taught me all of this. Will killing me satisfy you? If that doesn't give you the satisfaction you need, I could give you a second, if not the third name. You're telling me that, aside from you, there is more than one Black Snake within Ursa's borders? Right, so like... So what does he like potentially have the ability to impart himself onto multiple people, but then really take control as he needs to. So, like, there's an essence of him there, but he really, like, you know, he's locked in here at the minute, basically. You know, this is his main gacha. All the others are just loggings, you know? Ain't really farming, man. Just logging. Just getting my logging, my dailies. Here he's like endgame, you know, grinding. You could also think that I'm trying to deceive you to live longer. Your new body is fragile. Fine. It wouldn't take any more work to kill you than it took to kill that old figure. What are you waiting for then? Quick, turn my body to ash and scatter it all across this dark hallway. Yo, Red, what's up, dude? If you beat Vector Breakthrough at E1, it would be legendary. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm on stage 3. I think I can clear stage 3, but it is hard. It is hard. What a comparison. Terrifying infected murderer re-emerges in college campus. That's a headline that will don the front pages tomorrow. You wouldn't mind having that on your reputation. I should point out that I'm not afraid of the patrol unit who will be here in 3 minutes either. But your new old friends who are waiting outside the city, they don't stand a chance against the Royal Guards. Even if they begrudgingly allowed you to return to Ursus because of those in control, they wouldn't tolerate murdering anyone on Ursus land. I'm gonna hiccup, sorry. Cash J. If the Royal Guard finds out that the immortal monster, the mastermind behind the Chernobog incident, was right here, you think they would try to take me in or turn their attention and blades to you? So why haven't you killed me yet? Eee! Damn. This shit getting fucking interesting, man. Why's Cash J got to pick such a fine body? Like, what the fuck, dude? It's almost time. She's not back yet. 9. You're mistaken about her, aren't you? She doesn't show up when it's time. All of you will be evacuated as planned. And you? She's wearing my handcuffs. And that makes her my prisoner. I will take her in myself. Sounds like I saved you the trouble then. Here she is. Tallulah, you're back. Not a minute late either. Is your business done? More or less. So, you want to know what I got out of her? I was going to spare your ears my long-winded grumblings. Good. You seem to have lightened up. You even found yourself a sense of humour. So what about the evil god? Did you slay him? She said that she's not who she is anymore. And you bought it? No, but I also am not the old Tallulah who would think that killing her would solve all our problems. I won't let her out of my sight. When the time comes, I will kill her myself. But I have a weird feeling about this. A weird feeling? An immortal evil god will die eventually. I won't be the one to kill her. Ursus will kill her? Even now, she thinks she can bend human will. We will prove to her, though. One day, the people will awaken and abandon the ignorant conqueror. And on that day, there will be no more black snake in Ursus. What about now, then? Now, before we come back here for the last time, we need to visit Victoria. So you've decided to come with us. I'm your prisoner. I have nowhere to go except with you. Besides, you said it yourself. The infected there are waiting for us. Man, I fucking love Tallulah, I do. Holy fuck. That was a great chapter. Main story stages 11 to 1 unlocked. Jeez. I don't have to take I don't ever take till and fucked up in the infected would have a safe city of their own. Saying he doesn't need to go more too. But we watched a chapter 10 PV. Is it in game? Oh! Oh, I think I've seen clips of this before. British intensifies. What was that? Was that like a fucking mecha turret or something? Like a spidered mech with a fucking gun on it? That was sick. That was sick. Oh shit. So yeah, banger chapter. Really enjoyed the coming together of all the different factions. So many like aura farming characters in this chapter as well. The mechanic as well. I really like the mechanic in this chapter. I think it's a blast. I think it was really enjoyable to interact with. Chapter 10's definitely been a big W. What's the PB? For what? Pixel making some faces today. Caught simping for a dude. Hey, look, man. Yo, look. End of the day, right? You know? She also got that black snake. Dude, speaking of gacha, Iridity in charge is about to lose his 50-50 on freedom. What do you mean? We must at 12, peak chapter. Have I watched the chapter 11 PB on YouTube? No. Posted 3 PVs in React Smash. Oh yeah, these are the ones I just got up on YouTube.
そびえ
あんなちょっとじゃ
た壁。我らの誇りであった不落の城壁は牢獄となり果てた。でも栄誉が地に落ちようと矜持は折れない。ここに同胞がいる限り私たちは絶対に膝を折らないわ。アークナイツ
Oh shit.
第10章
Misery.
交換残色。ビクトリアに栄光あれ。そびえ立つ壁。我らの誇りであった不落の城壁は牢獄となり果てた。でも栄誉が地に落ちようと矜持は折れない。ここに同胞がいる限り私たちは絶対に膝を折らないわ。アークナイツ
Is that his arts in action then?
交換残色。ビクトリア
He's like manipulating
に
the
栄光あれ。
what was his illusion arch? Yeah. Is that what was happening there then? I've seen this one now. And the quality of these upload is fucking diabolical. Okay, it's starting to make sense why these look like that now. Got me Ebenezer.
この怒りも悲しみも痛いほど真実だ。強いられた覚悟に心がひび割れても捨てることなど許されない。誰もが
Oh
認め
shit.
あがく再戦はいつもちっぽけな理想を踏みにじる。アークナイツ新章彩花エンジン
Let's have a fucking Steam night then. Yo! Is he getting me hyped?
ロンリニウムはさ、俺の父ちゃん母ちゃんが、じいちゃんばあちゃんが、ご先祖がレンガを積んで作り上げた街だ。俺の誇りなんだ。逆らうのは無謀かもしれねえ。まだまだガキってのも認めるよ。だって諦めるには俺はまだ青すぎんだ。アークナイツ新章彩花エンジン見ててくれよ。俺は絶対に勝つ。
Man, they need to like. Do you think the anime will cover all beta stuff in the game? It's Pikachu pigs, don't worry. Anime could cover these, but there's a lot to cover. Should I watch this? Some Pikachu. Can keep the sun from setting. Those are fools tried to cling to the sunlight, but grasp only lightning. mad still, because, like, you know, some of the stuff that's in is kind of poignant to Britain at the moment, man. I'm not gonna lie.
ロドスはもう持久軍にとって一番信頼できる盟友だよ。あんたらが助けを必要とすれば、みんな俺やロックロックのように力になってくれるぜ。
Not gonna lie, like, as I say, as a British person, Britain's going through, like, a lot of countries, alright, it's going through its own turmoils at the minute, man. This is like, this hits so hard on a real. Australia is more British than Britain. Okay, alright. Alright. I'm ready. My body's ready, chat. My body's ready, chat. Let's go. Let's go. Let's start. What we got here then? Okay. I like the aesthetic of this stage. These stages. Let's just running. We're running at the minute. We'll switch as we go. We'll switch as we go. 26 years ago. 10:72. 5:11 p.m. Overcast. Residence of the Duke of Cumberland, Arknights District of Londinium. Your Majesty, I've just received word. Those two pitiful members have died in their cells. An end they deserve. It's time Parliament understood they serve Victoria and not the businessmen stuffing their pockets with the Queen. So is this before everything went to shit then, yeah? I understand your eagerness. Still, some are worried your pressure on the courts has terrified a great deal of members who have been observing the situation. They may act with impropriety in the days to come. They should be fearful. They'll better know their place. They'll better know their places. This unbroken succession of wars whirls away the riches of our forebears, accumulated over the ages. Yet certain greedy condor wings have been reared, flattened by them. I'm not looking for you to back down, but if you could just go a little slower, as if the condor wings know when to stop. Why don't you look for them to feed a little slower? If we don't put our new tax policies in place, then once the enemy sees fit to pounce on Victoria and tear her flesh apart, even the mercenaries will leave us without a second thought. If they consider themselves soldiers clear of mind and honourable heart, they will stand by your side. I'm afraid the Red Dragon thought as much too, but he was even forced to share half his crown. We all saw the end that befell him. I promise you, no matter the hour, I'll have Cumberland's loyalty. Of course, Cumberland the ever on high. How could I doubt where you stand? Did you see, Robert? Victoria's in her hour of need. This very moment, the right of kings is waning upon its swath of soil. Why does your Majesty think so? It's your birthday the day after. Everyone is hoping to catch a glimpse of your visage. Servicemen are impatient to pay their respects to you, and the populace cheers. Are you sure to drown it? The parade in turn are sure to drown it. Man, I'm struggling to fucking read here. I'm fucking full on ENing, chat. I'm ENing. This year, perhaps. But what of next? When it comes time for my Alexandrina to succeed the throne, Robert, we will make our exit sooner or later. Your Majesty, Your Majesty, Your Grace. Pardon me for bothering you without permission, but I've just had a report. There has been an intrusion in the palace underground. The size of king is unaccounted for. What? And so is Her Highness Alexandrina. The guard have sealed off all areas of connection, and the search is underway. No leads have surfaced for the time being. Her Highness Alexandrina and the Victorian Realm Blade have gone missing at once. In this sensitive a situation, the Realm Blade, that sounds sick. No noble would be this brazen, but Your Majesty, I assure you, I will personally handle this affair straight away. Don't be flustered, my old friend. Alexandrina's long-time mentor accompanies her. I trust no one will pose a threat to her safety. Her mentor, as in, he treats Alexandra very well. I can't recall if he's ever even shown me the same level of concern. As for our size of kings, no matter where it is, it will play its role. You mean the role of a Realm Blade? It'll be grasped by the righteous ruler before those academics conduct their endless research on it. That is what a Realm Blade stands for. And we all look forward to the coming of that day. I understand. Robert, for your daughter, and for mine. Yes, Your Majesty, and for Victoria. What's that? Hold on, miss. Don't run so fast. Oh, is that fucking... Okay. I have to. Elsie, I need to see my father. I know he's at home today, but I'm not quick enough. He'll be off God knows where again. The Duke's been up to his ear in business recently, but if he knows you want to meet him, I'm sure he'll be willing to spend the time with you. Smallerdale. I don't want him to spend time with me. Then what are you in such a hurry to see him for? I need to tell him loud and clear how I don't want to go to County York. Don't you like the county? Don't you like the country? The manor out there, there's lots more land than is here. You used to love playing in the meadow, and you always had farmers' kids that play cricket with you. Oh, there's cricket in this world then. I love it there. But it's hardly even summer yet. This time of year we usually stay in Londinium. Plus, isn't it strange how it's just me and Mum going this time? I'm down for now. I hear from the Manchester's butler how a lot of the noble houses, masters and mistresses are summering in the country early this year. It might just be one of those new trends in society, you know. Don't give me that. Elsie, Dad's hiding from me. He wants me out of here. Why? Because I keep asking him to teach me swordsmanship? Because I can never get any Gaulish into my head? Is that why he has a temper at me? Miss Allerdale, maybe it's not my place to say this, but... Well, my manners tutor isn't here right now, and I don't give two tosses what you should be saying or not. I can only offer my own opinion. Miss, His Grace loves you very much. No matter what his decision is, it's going to be for the good of you and the madam. If he wants good for me, that's more reason he shouldn't be sending me off. I'll miss him. I'll miss him a lot, you know. Oh, come on, you. What's this blushing for? Because that's the kind of thing that only little kids say. I don't want Dad to think I'm attached to him. I need to be stronger, and then I can become a steam knight sooner. Just like my great-great-great-grandmother. But, you know, you are a child still. You should try telling him everything you've been feeling. He's a gentle, generous Duke, and kind and caring father. I'm sure he'll understand you. I wonder if there's football in Vic. That's exactly what I was just thinking still. So you'll let me see him? I always support you in your decisions. But you best be a little slower, so as you don't trip on the plants, or else Mr. Jim the garden will skip I'll skip dinner again out of shame for getting you hurt. Tell Jim it's his fault if his plants hurt me. Fuck Jim. Fuck him. I don't care. I hope he feels bad. Because Manchester's in here as well. So is there a Manchester United? Eh? I wonder if it's still shit in terror. Hold on a second, chat. Yo, YouTube Studios pissing me off. Really, what do we do with you? And make sure you mind your skirt, Miss Aladale. We've got an audience with His Majesty at the dinner tonight. Torre United, the best team. Have you seen Charles Lynch anywhere? The newly appointed Steam Knight, was it? Incredible achievement at his age. I'm sure plenty come here just to mob him. Shame. Shame he rushed off not long after he arrived. I hear every Steam Knight garrisoned in Londinium got orders to move. Is it Sargon or Lathan this time? Lathanian this time, sorry. God save Victoria. No more wars. Every time one happens, I have to sell off a few more of my grandfather's paintings. Rest his soul. It's an order direct from Parliament this time. Was this to shift them out of the city? Parliament? Oh, of course. The Steam Knights sit under Parliament, don't they? You always get your word so quick. So there's okay. The more you're informed, the better you invest, especially in these times. This goes far further than how much pound sterling we make or lose. We're deciding the nation's future, and that's precisely why we need to be in touch with more of the wisest. Major Lynch is, I think the proper title is Sir Charles now. Sir Charles is a diligent and upstanding knight, loyal to our nation, to Victoria. He's been aboard his high-speed warship defending us at the northern border for close to 10 years now. Countless meritorious deeds, selected to be a steam knight even at his young age. There's no telling how far he'll go. I hear he used to live in Londinium, I think right here in Orchard. Come to think of it, I've never heard anything about his family. No matter his family, he's a pillar of Victoria. Those with the honour of joining the Steam Knights are much different stuff than in the times past. You know the type. The court suck-up playing sycophant to the monarch. Do I hear you ribbing at someone? No. I would hardly. All I'm saying is, you see how His Majesty is surrounded by such fine company like Sir Charles. While there are people out there who've done nothing but rest on their own laurels. On their ancestry's honours. They're a pale shadowing. Oh shit. Oh dear, whose child is this? What are you barging about the dining hall for? Be dragged off forthwith if you bother His Majesty or His Grace. The dress, the hair colour, Richard Cheese. The Cumberlands are not suck-ups. We deserve steam armour. We'll charge the enemy lines and give our lives for His Majesty and Victoria. Miss Aladale. Sir Lord, Lady Martha, dreadfully sorry. The miss is just feeling unwell right now. She doesn't mean to be rude to the guests. I should have put her to bed. The blame is mine. What do you mean the blame is yours, Elsie? No one is allowed to sully the Cumberland's honour. I'll become a brilliant steam knight, like my ancestors were. Just wait until I grow up. I'll prove it to all of you. Miss. Excuse me. Standing on business? Don't run so fast. Sir, madam, I need to fetch Mistress Aladale, if you'll pardon me. Well then, and Miss Aladale seems to be a fine outspoken young girl. I thought we wouldn't have the chance to meet Miss Aladale until the function tonight. How lucky of us, wouldn't you say, Martha? Children can always afford to be innocent and naive, but whoever you may be, you won't get away without growing up. Okay, I mean, just keep rolling the shins as fuck you, you fat prick. Aladale pants and gasps as she runs down a long passage. She meant to seek her father, and she has no idea why she squeezes her way into the tiny room instead. It's far from both the ballroom and the Duke's study room, practically neighbouring the attic. It's probably a fit of temper in this moment. She doesn't understand why her dad wants her gone, let alone why those posh-dressed visitors would say such things about the Cumberlands. Every time life doesn't go her way, like when she loses a cricket match, or when her father, the Duke, misses her birthday party, this is where she comes, so she can have a chat with her old friend. Oh shit, is that... They've all forgotten you were the mightiest knight of the Steam Knights ever had? What the fuck? My father taught me that the true heroes aren't afraid to give their lives, and they're even less afraid of being forgotten, so I shouldn't have argued with them. That's a fucking badass image, that is, actually. That looks fucking cool. Like, legit, that is cool. Saved! I really want to grow up soon, and then I'll become one of the glorious Steam Knights too, and rout all our enemies. I'll make every single person who ever talked down on the Cumberlands too ashamed to lift their heads. I probably can't be as mighty as you were, but it'll be enough if I can just be half as, no, 2/3 as mighty. Oh, but my father said that as a Cumberland, I must hold the loftiest goals in mind, so... You'll watch over me, can't you? I won't disappoint you, of course not. Is someone here? Is it Elsie? She doesn't want to be dragged back to the hall, so she stoops down, with a single step leaps behind the steam armour she knows so well. The dilapidated suit shields her as she was protecting the young descendant. Her dainty frame is completely concealed. The stranger's footsteps encroach. Most of her view is blocked by the suit. Aladale can't make out their faces. The most she can glimpse is their distorted reflections. Time's short and chances are few. We need to confirm a few things. Are you sure this place is safe? It's as secluded as any nook or cranny gets. The rest of the visitors are all in the ballroom. Still, no one's noticed us leave. No, someone has. But everyone loves to hang around in opulent halls with nothing to do. Aladale thinks to herself. I don't understand why not choose today. The lion's finally left his den for once, and hardly any of the guard are here. An assassination can't solve anything, and it won't. Don't tell me you're scared of the gallows, Mr. Dutyman. Compared to your fear of poverty, I say getting hanged's a lighter affair for me. I'm sick of spending my days with my brain and my wallet in others' hands. Chop chop, please. Even if the elder dies, there's still the cubs. The crown will remain seated on firm on their heads, muzzling us like draft animals. If we can kill one king, we can kill a second. Easier said. Listen, we have to be patient. The Steam Knights have all been sent out. By the time they return to Londinium, the dust will have settled. Okay, so that's what I then. Okay. What will they do then? The same as Zol's Paragon View. They'll do nothing for their own gain, and everything for Victoria. Even if it won't be handy to support our actions, they'll understand the decisions from on high. Then, that leaves the Royal Guard. At the parade, contain every knight of the tower. The key is seizing the city's defence forces. Some dukes got fed up with it long ago. Aladale's face presses against the cold plate. Sweat nevertheless drips down her forehead. It grows harder and harder not to move a muscle, not to mention keeping her breathing stifled. The voices of the two frigates grow gradually out of reach, then suddenly, are right before her. For a blink she quivers, trying as hard as she can not to let her body slip into view, curling even her toes in. Has this lousy thing always been here? First generation Steam Knight armour. First generation? It's over 200 years old. It's antique by now, isn't it? I'm sure it'd fetch a pretty price. Haven't you seen the family crest? It's House Cumberland steam armour. Its old owner once stood before the Gaulish artillery in this, braced for 3 whole hours, just so His Majesty could flee unscathed together with his shattered people. Only during battlefield cleanup did people realise half this suit had been blown away, and the other one inside may well have died soon after the bombardment began. Even dead knights still persevere in protecting their own king and kin, reluctant to fall so soon. That's badass. I'll say because it said that, like, Obviously, Victoria's slipped now, but like back then, it was like the pinnacle of tech, yeah. $200 years old as well. That's mental. And here you're the one of Gaulish blood. I'm surprised you like reminiscing on these noble, heroic deeds more than I do. Fundamentally, I just bear respect for those who we can call heroes. Their belongings and your measuring of things don't mix. Even if this Duke's home is razed to ash, one day the Cumberlands would never sell off this armour. Huh, damn noble sense of honour, am I right? Utterly meaningless in my view. He's welcome to watch from his ivory tail all he likes, along with the rest of the Dukes. No matter who the city's ruler nominally is, it won't make the Duke's authority any worse for wear, at least for the moment. If he took the prudent path, then he wouldn't be a Cumberland. Why can't he just let go of his loyalty to the Lions? With colossal change about to greet Victoria, you wish he'd recognise where his loyalty should lie, sooner rather than later. What's going on down there? More men than you can count have surrounded the Duke's manor. What? Quiet. Listen carefully. Intruders. Palace underground. Blade. Thieved. Seal off all major streets in Nottingham. No one in or out. Can you hear what they're saying down there? They're searching for someone. Who? His Majesty's entire guard has moved out. They couldn't know we're meeting here, could they? What do we do, sir? Faint noise comes from in front of them. It sounds like someone gently drawing a breath. Aladal's heart pounds. Oh shit.
Let's see. Which insect is falling into my trap? Picked out your bait yet?
Alright, let's go.
Don't keep me cat.
Got a bit too many healers here, to be fair. But we'll see what we can do with you. On me.
I got this. Focus elsewhere. Follow me into the shadows.
Observe and determine the form of infection. Such data will be useful for research.
Alright, broski.
They will cough up some useful information.
Monster! 座標についた。
Don't try to sink your corpse into shadow. No one will find it.
Got my placement order a bit scuffed there, but it'll do. It'll do. It'll do.
耐える。少しチクッとするかもしれない。
Be alright.
境を立てるし。まとめてかかってきやがれ。
Don't keep me trying to sink your corpse into shadow. No one will find it.
こういう時のザクロちゃんの艶はたまらないよね。
No need to cover up. If secrets go public, then everybody's in the
Mission
game.
accomplished. Bear to 5 healers deal damage. Yeah. Aladal, it's no good habit to eavesdrop. Listen to your father now. Only lowly scoundrels would hide away in the dark to plot the demise of another. Maybe they'd do it for their own benefit. Such stolen victories never last for long. Lowly scoundrels? Both of them. Dad, she doesn't want to be caught barefaced, especially not by these awful people. It'd disappoint her father and bring shame on the Cumberland name. If she could just climb out of the window. We need to seize the moment. The soldiers are counting heads right now. We'll mingle with the crowd in the confusion. That way nobody will realise we were ever gone. Did you hear something? Must be some little house pest. Don't overthink it. How's a room so cramped at going to hide anyone? She carefully, gingerly cowers inside the shadow. Her most loyal ally, the tremendous suit of steam armor, becomes her shield. Her fingers feel to the edge of the window, and if she could just climb over and out, she can avoid this duo's line of sight and climb down the gutter pipe. Her skirt's filthy by now, else she won't be happy about this. But as long as she's not caught... She fell. She doesn't understand what happened. The sky and the ground seem to spin before her eyes. The inside of Aladal's head whirling with her hands and legs lose all purchase. She grasps the footing and touches nothing but thin air. She plummets straight from the second story. The garden scenery screams like mad towards her head. Before she hits the soft soil, a soft yet ample cushion catches her. Cushion from where? No, it's not even a cushion. Aladal feels herself gently placed upon the ground. She turns to look behind. Oh shit. And creatures confined to legend stand before her. What the fuck? I must have leapt out of a fairy tale just a moment ago, stood there imposingly in the garden. They really do exist. Their golden fur gleams scintillant as the sun. The one at the head has pupils of deep brown, and they are now calmly staring at Aladal. Aladal, brought by her father, has had several audiences with His Majesty and seen generations of portraits of the Aslan kings hung on the palace walls. This is their first time. She cannot help the urge to bow her head before such a gaze, for the ones before her seem more awe-inspiring than any monarch. That's fucking sick. Yet Cumberland does not bow so lightly. Aladal makes a conscious effort to keep her head held high, and as high as it can go, and only then does she notice that the one in the centre carries a human astride him. A girl who must be even younger than her, dressed in sumptuous ceremony, languidly sat atop his back, akin to plated gold. In his mouth is held a sword that outsizes the girl by far. Deep, resonant voice arises in Aladal's head. Aladal Cumberland, you will meet Vina again someday. This is the first time Aladal meets them, and the last as well. This is dope. Reckon the lion's voiced by Liam Neeson as well. I will find you. In the over 20 years to follow, this sight will reoccur in her dreams. Dreams of that augur's golden presence, of the girl who was there with them. Until, like the aristocrat of beasts prophesies, she once again meets the one named Vina. It's a really cool image, that is. Like, really cool. Look, that's Her Royal Highness Alexandrina, sorry. Inform His Majesty immediately. We found Her Highness. She's in the garden right this moment. Wait, I'm not seeing things, am I? Isn't that the missing Her Highness? She's found the size of kings. God save Victoria. God save the king. Cheers instantly erupt throughout the garden. Servicemen, nobles, servants, everyone swarms for the place, their eyes on Her Highness, bearing the symbol of royal power. What a miracle it is. Hot tears fill the people's eyes, and one after another, they reach their hands out in joy. Miss Aladal, what are you doing here? Elshi, you can't see them? Them? Who do you mean? Her Highness, Alexandrina? She's the only one there, you know. No, them. They're golden. He just said something to me too. Did something happen to you? Your skirt's dirty to high heaven. Are you alright? Can they not see the lions then? I'm not sure. Stars. Stars fell into the room upstairs. The steam knight, armor, gave those scoundrels a beating. I don't understand what you're telling me. Alshi, I feel really dizzy. You need some proper rest. Who hasn't lost their head seeing all of this? Far too much has happened today. Did you see? Her Royal Highness Alexandrina came back with the missing size of the kings. The cheers from the gardens were practically shaking all the windows and walls. Hardly anyone believed their own eyes. Her Highness Alexandrina in the flesh and her age. How young is she still? A miracle, everyone's calling it. Yes, a miracle, of course it is. The greatest difference between miracles and coincidence is that miracles never descend for no reason in the time and place they do. It'll be His Majesty's birthday soon. How could I not consider this magical affair a splendid portent of things to come? Do give that rest. They put this whole auteur-style drama for the merriment of anyone watching. What I'm suddenly minding is the opinion some dukes have of His Majesty and our Duke of Cumberland. Leave it there. All worries on the back burner now. The dinner party's about to begin. You're quite right. Let's enjoy everything here to the fullest. God save Victoria. It seems the people's attentions are on Alexandrina's adventure. Your Majesty, you knew beforehand Her Highness would enter the caravan, didn't you? The cavern didn't underground. It was a fine opportunity. With me out of the palace, the diligent guards could more easily chatter, or perhaps sleep on the job, and thus let this little intruder of ours slip by. So you planned all this? Half was his fine improvisation. He does like a harmless little practical joke on us humans now and then. He went along with this. Does that imply he too considered this a necessary deed? Londinium will be soon for summer. Awfully stuffy these days, and torrents of rain from time to time. You're planning to send Aladale and the wife out of the city yourself, aren't you? Your Majesty, my intention has always been but one. Robert, you adore your daughter, as do I. We are to wager everything for Victoria's present, but they are Victoria's future. On the off chance we do fail, we will not, Your Majesty. I will ensure the worst case does not happen, if it takes my very life. I'm filled with great courage and confidence at our prospects. Still, it doesn't hinder me from planning just the most minute escape of option for Alexandrina. She'll be ruling Victoria sooner or later. Is it so wrong to have her get to grips with this city in advance? And a similar farce still more or less served to right the balance on this stifling seeming afternoon. Under all this pressure, the people's spirits need a little boost. That is what we're met here for. We're met here for. Of course, we'll all have some premonition, hence why we made these calculations correct. Come, Robert. Once you're done with your tea, we'll be due downstairs. Since this chapter started, I've lost all ability to read at all. I have gone full Ian. I hear music. That's the band Dad and His Majesty invited. Yes, Miss Aladale. The dinner party's about to begin. Everyone's so happy. Aren't you too? Alshi, will the days go on like this forever? Me and you and Dad and Mum will always be together. I don't know, Miss Aladale, but I believe nothing ever stays completely the same, just as the flowers in the garden. No, there are some things that will never change, Alshi. I'll grow up to be a steam knight, just like Sir Lynch. No, even greater than Sir Lynch. I'll protect you all, and I'll drive every scoundrel away. I'll uphold the glory of Cumberland, just like my great-great-great-grandmother. I promise this, Alshi. You'll see. Miss, I'm not leaving Londinium. You're not allowed to leave either, Alshi. I'm going to tell Dad. This is my home, just like every Cumberland's done before me. I'll keep it. I'll protect it until my life is over. I swear.
我がこぼした呪文はいずれも意味があり、
Banging intro.
素晴らしきコンビネーションよな。
Banging intro to the chapter. That scene with the was it the Aslan lions, the Aslan kings, the lions there was fucking dope. Yeah, it's really cooking now. This game is really cooking. I'm excited about the rest of this chapter. I am excited. I think we will call it there though, chat. I'm looking forward to locking in now though, and getting through this. Oh, interesting. Okay, pretty. Am I just gonna get battered by some high fucking defense fucking enemies? But yeah, I am gonna call it, chat, because it's 10 past, a little bit earlier than we usually finish. But I need to get some stuff sorted before I go and get Rosie. Plus, I'm absolutely running on fumes today, chat. I've had very little sleep, and yeah, I do appreciate you hanging out. I love the Vector Breakthrough gameplay. Oh, no, dude, I don't even think I've got the energy to play Vector Breakthrough today. Anyway, we'll squeeze them in though. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow because the football's on at 12:30 and Rosie wants to go up Merry Hill, so it might be an evening stream if we stream tomorrow. Guys. But yeah, we got some React slopping as well, which I did want to do today. We farmed a little bit, so we can maybe get a video uploaded later. Guys, if you haven't already, check out the video I uploaded earlier on as well. I am massively looking forward to a good night's sleep tonight. This cut is kicking my ass at the minute. My calorie reduction, I'm in a massive deficit. Carbs are pretty much at 0. I haven't slept well for the last 2 days. I'm getting bitch slapped, guys. So I'm gonna get a good night's sleep tonight, and I'll plan to stream tomorrow at some point. If not, Sunday. We'll bash a good stream Sunday. We'll get a good few hours in Sunday, actually. I think Sunday we'll do a bit of AK, a bit of CZN. We might even do some DNA as well, guys. My Prime Access. Drink a beer. I'm tempted. If I do, I'm only having one though. I'm only having one. But yeah, I'm gonna get a good night's sleep tonight, guys. So if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Sunday. Sorry. Okay. But yeah, guys, if I don't see you over the weekend, have an amazing one. Okay. I really do appreciate everybody hanging out. And I will see you all a little bit later. Alright, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Love your faces. I'll catch you all later, alright? Ta-ra.